Hello everyone, welcome back to Maths Marathon classes. This time I'll be taking vector algebra of January shift 2025 JEE main. Vector algebra is quite interesting topic. More number of questions are asked from this topic in 2025 January shift. We got 13 questions altogether from this topic. We'll see the number of questions asked from different topics of vector algebra. This is about January shift 2025 JEE main vector algebra I'm going to discuss in this session. Number of questions asked from different topics. Dot product, 3 questions. Dot product is also called as a scalar product. Basics of vectors like section formula and just basics applying, that is 2 questions are asked. Okay, basic knowledge about vector algebra, maybe triangle law or section formula, centroid of a triangle, circumcenter, orthocenter, such kind of things. Okay, and dot and cross product, 6 questions. The questions will start from dot product and they'll mix with cross product, linking dot to cross, or both you have to use in the same problem. You have to use the concept of dot product as well as the cross product. Such kind of questions, 6 are there. Vector triple product, you must know the significance of vector triple product, even though it's not there in the syllabus mentioned. One question is asked, so you got to study everything for JEE exams, and miscellaneous 1 question. Altogether we have 13 questions here. Okay, from vector algebra, quite a lot number of questions compared to other topics. They give weightage to some selected topics. Sometimes we can't give guarantee which topic they're going to give more preference. Sometimes in 2021 and 2023, I've seen that more questions appeared from binomial theorem, first PU topic. And even in 2025 JEE main exams, both in January shift and April shift, more number of questions are asked from 3-dimensional geometry and vector algebra too. In January shift vector 3D geometry, there are 18 questions, I think. 18 or 19 questions are asked, only considering the January shift of 2025. I'm talking about 3-dimensional geometry. More number of questions are asked. Sometimes they ask more questions in permutations and combinations. Sometimes more number of questions will appear from integration, like that. So we can't give guarantee which topic they're going to ask more questions. Okay, so vector algebra, we got 13 questions altogether. We'll discuss and we'll solve in the best possible way the questions of this topic, vector algebra. We'll take the first question here. Given vector C is a projection vector of vector B on vector A, and magnitude of vector A plus vector C is 7. Find the area of the parallelogram formed by the vectors vector B and vector C. Question asked on 22nd of January, first shift, JEE main 2025, as a numerical type question. Okay, so they're asking the projection concept and also the area of the parallelogram is required, correct? We need to know both formulas here, just based on the formula. It's a quite simple question asked. Area of the parallelogram with vector A and vector B is magnitude of A cross B. We know how to find area of the parallelogram given the 2 vectors, vector A and vector B, as the adjacent sides. Okay, so formed by the vectors vector B and vector C. They should have mentioned their adjacent sides. They're not mentioned. Still we can consider them as adjacent sides. Okay, because sometimes they give diagonals also. The diagonals of parallelogram are given as vector D1 and vector D2. Area of the parallelogram is half into magnitude of D1 cross D2. Here we assume that vector B and vector C are the adjacent sides of the parallelogram. Okay, C is the projection vector of vector B on vector A. So it's a projection vector. Projection of A on B also, you must know the formula here. Projection of vector A on vector B is A dot B divided by magnitude of vector B, correct? Here, projection of vector B on vector A, you need to write the vector projection. So vector projection is there, not the scalar projection, vector projection. C is a vector projection. So C is going to be the vector projection of vector B on vector A. So projection of B on A is B vector B dot vector A divided by magnitude of vector A. That we should multiply by A cap. Okay, so we will get the projection vector. So first we'll find vector C. Okay, then I'll substitute in this magnitude of A plus C equal to 7. Okay, then we can find out in vector B, see lambda is there. Lambda is some positive number, correct? Lambda I have to find out. Once you write vector C, that you're going to substitute here, and using this equation you have to determine the value of lambda. Once you get lambda, I can write vector B. Then I can find the area of the parallelogram with vector B and vector C as the adjacent sides, magnitude of vector B cross vector C. That's the idea of this problem. Okay, quite a simple question, but it is little bit of time consuming. More calculations are involved in this. First, we'll write the vector C. Vector C we'll write first. Vector C is the projection vector of vector B on vector A, correct? So to start with, vector C is equal to vector C, I'm going to write B dot A divided by magnitude of vector A into A cap. Vector C is equal to vector B dot vector A divided by magnitude of vector A. Whole thing is multiplied by A cap. A cap is unit vector in the direction of vector, that is vector A by magnitude of vector A. A cap is unit vector in the direction of vector A. B dot A we can compute, no? Here J component is missing here for vector B, take care of that. Lambda into 1, take the dot product of this. We get lambda into 1, lambda plus 0 into 2, 0, 4 into 2, 8. So lambda plus 8 I'm getting divided by magnitude of vector A. If you find magnitude of this, how to find magnitude? You know, square root of sum of the squares. I can find the magnitude here if you want. Magnitude of vector A is equal to square root of 1 square plus 2 square plus 2 square. 1 square 1, 2 square 4 plus 2 square 4 becomes root 9, which is equal to 3. So magnitude of vector A is 3 into A cap. A cap is vector A by magnitude of vector. Vector A is here I plus I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap, correct? I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap divided by its magnitude. A cap is vector A divided by its magnitude. So I'm getting like this. This is vector C. That I need to substitute in this, and I should compute this magnitude of A plus C equal to 7. I have to solve this equation to get the value of lambda. So find out A plus C now. Now consider A plus C. Lambda plus 8 by 9 is constant, right? So then we can add it with vector A and take the magnitude of that. So now consider magnitude of A plus C equal to 7. Now magnitude of vector A plus vector C is equal to 7. If we consider this, it will be magnitude of A plus C. How to add this? Vector A, coefficient of I cap is 1 there, correct? Vector C, coefficient of I cap is lambda plus 8 by 9. Lambda plus 8 by 9 plus 1, correct? Lambda plus 8 divided by 9 plus 1 into I cap plus coefficient of j cap is 2 there, correct? Here coefficient of j cap is lambda plus 8 by 9 into 2, correct? That will be 2 lambda plus 16 by 9 plus 2, correct? Multiply this 2 lambda plus 16 divided by 9 plus 2 j cap plus 2 multiply inside. So 2 lambda plus 16 plus 2, correct? Again same thing I'm getting 2 lambda plus 16 divided by 9, correct? That is to be added with coefficient of k cap 2. So much. Magnitude of this is given to be equal to 7. Simplify this. Get the value of lambda. Then you can find out vector B. Then you can find area of the parallelogram. Magnitude of vector B cross vector C. Here will be lambda plus 8 plus 9. Lambda plus 17 it becomes, correct? Here 2 lambda plus 16 plus 9 2s are 18, correct? So this will simplify to, I'll take the LCM and simplify this. Lambda plus 8 by lambda plus 8 plus 9 I'll get. Lambda plus 17 by 9 I'll get. I'll take the magnitude here itself. Magnitude is square root of the sum of the squares, correct? Magnitude is square root of sum of the squares. So I should write lambda plus 17, lambda plus 17 the whole square plus here 2 lambda plus 34, correct? 2 lambda plus 34 the whole square plus here also same thing I'll get 2 lambda plus 34 the whole square divided by 9, correct? whole thing is divided by 9 because that 9 is common denominator. 9 is a scalar. 9 you can keep outside. 1 by 9. Magnitude of 9 is 9 only. Magnitude of 1 by 9 is 1 by 9 itself. Is equal to 7. Cross multiply this and you can do squaring on both sides and go on simplify it and get the value of lambda then. So if you do squaring on both sides, what I'm going to get is lambda plus 17 the whole square. Lambda plus 17 the whole square. Here you can take a 2 common, correct? 2 square will be 4. 4 times lambda plus 17 the whole square. Correct? Here also 2 is common. 2 square 4 times lambda plus 17 the whole square. Correct? I square this. Here 9 square is 81. 81 into 7 square is 49. Squaring on both sides and simultaneously cross multiplied. So this will be how much? Lambda plus 17 the whole square is common, right? 4 plus 4, 8 plus 1, 9. 9 times I'll get lambda plus 17 the whole square. That is 81 into 49 there. You can cancel 9 ones are 9 nines are, correct? 9 ones are 9 nines are. Taking square roots here, lambda plus 17 is equal to plus or minus 3 into 7. Correct? Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 49 is 7. So this is plus or minus 21. Plus or minus 21. If you take lambda, if you take 21 there on right hand side, lambda plus 17 equal to 21 because lambda equal to 4. Lambda equal to 4. Or lambda equal to minus 17 minus 21, that is minus 38. We'll reject this value, we'll accept this lambda equal to 4 because they already mentioned that lambda is positive. Lambda is greater than 0 is mentioned. So taking lambda equal to 4, my vector b becomes, my vector b from this, vector b will be 4i cap plus 4k cap. Vector b I got. Now vector c is already given to us. No, vector c is not given. Vector c I can find out by using the value of lambda. Lambda is 4, right? So I can write down vector c from this. Putting lambda equal to 4, my vector c becomes, lambda is 4, right? We got, because I'm taking the positive value of lambda. Lambda is 4 you take. 4 plus 8 is 12. Correct? 12 by 3 is 4. Correct? 4 by 3 into it becomes, this 3 is there. No? So 4 by 3 into I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap. My vector c I got. Vector a I got. Vector b I got. Vector b is here and vector c is here. With these vector b and vector c I can find area of the parallelogram, which is magnitude of b cross c. Find out b cross c, then find out its magnitude. Okay? B cross c will find out here itself. B cross c will find out here. B cross c is equal to, B cross c is, cross product is determinant, right? How to find cross product? We know it's determinant of, first row is components of, first row is ijk, second row is components of vector b, third row is components of vector c, correct? This will be determinant of I cap, j cap, k cap. Vector b components are here 4, 0, 4, correct? 4, 0, 4. And vector c components are 4 by 3, 4 by 3, 8 by 3, 8 by 3. Expand this. What do you get? I cap into 0 minus 32 by 3, correct? Leaving the first column first row. 0 minus 32 by 3, minus 32 by 3. Minus j cap into, leaving second column first row. 32 by 3 minus 32 by 3 is 0, correct? 4 into this, minus 4 8s are 32, sorry, 32 by 3 minus 16 by 3 I'll get. 32 by 3 minus 16 by 3 is 16 by 3. Plus k cap into, leaving third column first row, 32 by 3 minus 0, 32 by 3. 32 divided by 3, I'm getting like this. Now you can find out magnitude of this, correct? You can take 16 by 3 is common. So magnitude of B cross C I'll write here. Finally, magnitude of B cross C, that is the area of the parallelogram required. What I can take common there is 16 by 3 is common, correct? 16 by 3 keep outside. 16 by 3 keep outside. What is left is minus 2i minus j plus 2k. Correct? What is left out, the vector is inside the bracket. After taking out 16 by 3 common, if you take 16 by 3 common, what is left is minus 2i minus j cap plus 2k cap. Find out its magnitude of this. Magnitude of this will be root of minus 2 square is 4 plus minus 1 square is 1 plus 2 square is 4. Correct? That will be root 9 3. So I am getting 16 by 3 into 3, which comes to 16. So required answer is 16, 1 6. Area of the parallelogram is 1 6 square meters. Quite a simple question, but bit of calculative. Correct? We need to find the value of lambda using this equation. Magnitude of vector A plus vector C equal to sum. Using that, get the value of lambda. Then we can find out vector B as well as vector C. Vector C is written here. After getting the value of lambda as 4. 4 plus 8, 12. 12 by 3 is 4. 4 by 3 into I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap. Vector C we got. Then also I calculate B cross C. Please make a note of this. Hope it's clear. Move on to the next one. Question number 2. Given vector A and vector B be two unit vectors, means magnitude of A and magnitude of B is 1, such that angle between them is pi by 3. Theta is pi by 3 is given. Lambda A plus 2B and 3A minus lambda B are perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular means the condition is dot product equal to 0. Vector A dot vector B equal to 0. And you have to find the number of values of lambda in this interval, closed interval, minus 1 to 3. So given magnitude of A and magnitude of B is 1. A and B are two unit vectors, correct? Given magnitude of vector A equal to 1. Given magnitude of vector A is equal to 1. Magnitude of vector B is also 1. Angle between these two, theta is given to be equal to pi by 3, 60 degree. Angle is given, correct? So I can find out A dot B here. Now A dot B is equal to how much? Therefore A dot B is equal to A dot B definition we know. Magnitude of A, magnitude of B into cos theta. Magnitude of vector A into magnitude of vector B into cos theta, correct? So magnitude of vector A is 1 because A is a unit vector, B is a unit vector. Theta is pi by 3, cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2. 1 into half, that is half. A dot B is half. These two are perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular means dot product equal to 0. These two vectors are perpendicular. Given, also given lambda A plus 2B, lambda A plus 2B is perpendicular to 3A minus lambda B. 3A minus lambda B. So use the condition for two vectors to be perpendicular. This implies lambda A plus 2B dot lambda A plus 2B dot 3A minus lambda B equal to 0. Condition for two vectors to be perpendicular to each other. Correct? Perpendicular means their dot product equal to 0. Now use the properties of dot product and go on simplify this. Lambda into 3, 3 lambda. Correct? 3 lambda. A dot A. A dot A is magnitude of A square. 2 into 3, 6. B dot A. B dot A is same as A dot B. Correct? Because dot product is commutative. Minus lambda square into A dot B. Correct? Minus lambda into lambda. Lambda square A dot B. Lastly, we have minus 2 lambda B dot B. B dot B is magnitude of B square, which is equal to 0. Already we got the value of A dot B from this. A dot B is half. I am using this. Correct? And magnitude of vector A and magnitude of vector B are 1. So what remains here? 3 lambda into magnitude of vector A is 1 because A is a unit vector. 1 square is 1. 6 into A dot B I got 1 by 2. 6 into 1 by 2 minus lambda square into A dot B is 1 by 2 minus 2 lambda into magnitude of vector B is also 1. 1 square is 1 equal to 0. I'll get a quadratic equation in lambda here. Need to find the values of lambda which lie in the interval -1 to 3. In this interval it should lie. Question asked on 22nd of January, second shift, JEE Main 2025. Simplify this. What we get from this? Minus lambda square by 2. This is minus lambda square by 2. 3 lambda minus 2 lambda becomes lambda. 6 into half is 3. We'll multiply the entire equation by -2 to get rid of this 2 in the denominator. Also, I want to make coefficient of lambda square as +1, unity. So, I'll multiply by -2 throughout. We get lambda square minus 2 lambda minus 6 equal to 0. This is quadratic in lambda. We can find the roots by using the formula method. Using minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Using that method. Lambda is equal to what I get? 2 plus or minus root of b square minus 2 square is 4 minus 4 into 1 into minus 6 divided by 2 into a, which will get 2 plus or minus, this is 4 into 6, 24, minus into minus becomes plus, correct? 24 plus 4 is 28, root 28. Root 28 is root of 4 into 7, which is 2 root 7. 2 plus or minus 2 root 7 divided by 2, correct? So what we get is 1 plus or minus root 7. So root 7 is 2 point something, correct? 2 point something plus 1 is 3 point something. 3 point something is not there in this interval, it goes outside the interval. If you take negative sign in between, 1 minus root 7, 1 minus 2 point something is minus 1 point something. Even minus 1 point something is outside the interval, it is less than -1. Correct? If you take the positive value in between, if you take 1 plus root 7, it is greater than 3. If you take 1 minus root 7, it is less than -1. Note that 1 plus root 7, lambda equal to 1 plus root 7. Root 7 is 2 point something. 2 point something plus 1 is 3 point something is greater than 3. Lambda equal to 1 minus root 7 is going to be less than -1. Both the value of lambda which we got does not lie in the interval -1 to 3. So number of values of lambda is 0. No value of lambda exists in that interval. Okay. So number of values of lambda is 0. Number of values of lambda is equal to 0. Option D is answer. Quite a simple question asked on 22nd of January, second shift, JEE Main 2025. Using the concept of dot product and condition. Definition of dot product is used. Also unit vectors. Magnitude of A is 1. Magnitude of B is 1. Angle between those two vectors is given to be pi by 3. Lambda A plus 2B and 3A minus lambda B are perpendicular. Perpendicular means use the condition that dot product equal to 0. Move on to the next one. Question number 3. Let the arc AC of a circle subtend a right angle at the center O. The point B on the arc AC divides the arc AC such that length of arc AB by length of arc BC is 1 by 5. Vector OC is given like this. Alpha plus root 2 into root 3 minus 1 beta is equal to how much? You have to find out. So we'll draw a rough sketch for this. Arc AC of a circle subtends a right angle at the center O. So there is a arc AC of a circle. So I should draw an arc AC of a circle, okay? Subtends a right angle like this. Arc AC of a circle. Subtends right angle at the center O. We can draw one circle, can complete the circle if you want. This is arc AC, what is shown here, okay? Arc AC of a circle is subtending a right angle. Arc AC subtends a right angle at the center O. The point B on the arc AC divides the arc AC such that length of arc AB by length of arc BC is 1 by 5. So I'll complete the point B somewhere here. Point B is here. This is point B. Okay. The given length of arc AB divided by length of arc BC is 1 by 5. This is 1:5 ratio. 1:5. Okay. AB is to BC is 1:5. AB is smaller, BC is larger. Okay. Arc length. We know that arc lengths are proportional to the angle subtended at the center. Arc lengths are always directly proportional to the angle subtended at the center of the circle. So angles should be in the ratio 1:5. Already we know this angle is 90 degree, correct? Angle AOC is 90 degree. This angle should be equal to 15 degree, correct? I can write down this angle as 15 degree and this angle is 75 degree, correct? 15 plus 75 will be 90 degree and 15 and 75 are the angles in the ratio 1:5. Since arc lengths are proportional to the angles obtained at the center. Since the arc lengths are proportional to the angles obtained at the center of the circle. Are proportional to the angles obtained at the center of the circle. Proportional to the angle subtended at the center of the circle. Okay, so that angle AOB is 15 degree. Angle AOB is equal to 15 degree and angle BOC is equal to 75 degree. So that 15 degree and 75 degree are in the ratio 1:5 and adding them we get 90 degree, which is so. Angle AOC is 90 degree. Hope it's clear. So further given vector OC is equal to alpha into vector OA plus beta into vector OB. Will represent vector OA as vector A. Will represent vector OA as vector A. Let this be equal to vector A. Okay, vector OC, let it be equal to vector C, and vector OB, let it be equal to vector B. Vector B. Okay, you can take like this. Vector OA is equal to vector A. Vector OB is equal to vector B, and vector OC is equal to vector C. What is given? Vector OC is equal to alpha into vector OA plus beta into vector OB. So given, what is given, all right? What is given is vector C is equal to alpha into vector A plus beta into vector B. This is called star, equation star. Now, I need to find alpha plus root 2 into root 3 minus 1 into beta. So I'll be using the dot product here. Once I'll take the dot product with vector A on both sides. Next I'll take dot product with vector B on both sides. So that I can find out whatever they ask. Alpha plus root 2 times root 3 minus 1 beta. So to take the, why I'm taking the dot product with vector A? No? Because I know A dot C is 0. Because vector A and vector C are perpendicular, right? Note that A dot C is equal to 0. Note that A dot C is equal to 0. That's the most important thing. A dot C is equal to 0. So I'll be taking the dot product vector A on both sides. And A dot A will be magnitude of A square. A dot B I can find out. A dot B I can find out. Even I can find out, I'll be taking the dot product with vector B also. B and I can use the definition of dot product. B dot C, correct? B dot C is magnitude of B into magnitude of C into cos of angle between those two vectors. So I can use the definition of dot product. My idea is I'll take the dot product with vector A on both sides. Next I'll take the dot product with vector B on both sides and solve the two equations. I'll get the answer. You'll get alpha and beta. So I can substitute in this required expression. Okay. Taking dot product with vector vector A on both sides, what I'm going to get? A dot C is equal to taking dot product with vector A on both sides. So alpha is a scalar, alpha into A dot A I'll get. Alpha into A dot A plus beta into A dot B, correct? Taking dot product with vector A on both sides. I'll get like this. A dot C is 0, correct? Because A and C are perpendicular to each other. Vector A is perpendicular to vector C. So A dot C is equal to 0. So this will be equal to 0. Alpha into A dot A is magnitude of A square, correct? Magnitude of A square, which is nothing but length of the vector OA, which is nothing but the radius of the circle, correct? OA, OB, OC all represents the radius of the circle, right? So A dot A is magnitude of A square. I'll keep as it is, alpha into magnitude of A square plus beta into A dot B. A dot B can use the definition of dot product, vector magnitude of vector A, magnitude of vector B into cos of angle between A and B. Angle between A and B is angle AOB, which is 15 degree, correct? This is angle between vector A and vector B. So A dot B definition, applying definition of dot product, magnitude of vector A into magnitude of vector B into cos of angle between those two vectors is 15 degree. And magnitude of A is same as magnitude of B. This will become magnitude of A square only. I can divide by magnitude of A square. Correct? Magnitude of A, magnitude of B, magnitude of C, all are same because they represent the radius of the circle here. So from this equation, I can write this as 0 is equal to alpha plus, I'm dividing by magnitude of A square. Note that magnitude of B is same as magnitude of A. So this will cancel out. So alpha plus beta into cos 15 degree I'm getting. So from this, alpha is equal to minus beta into cos 15 like it. Alpha is equal to minus beta into cos 15 degree. This is equation 1 will call. Now consider equation star again. I'll take the dot product with vector B on both sides. From star again. Now take dot product with vector B. What do you get? Vector B dot vector C is equal to alpha into B dot A plus beta into B dot B. Correct? B dot C is how much? B dot C you can find out magnitude of B into magnitude of vector C into cos of angle between B and C. Angle between B and C is angle BOC, which is 75 degree. I'm using that. Okay. So from this, magnitude of vector B into magnitude of vector C into cos of angle between B and C is 75 degree, correct? Alpha into B dot A. B dot A is how much? Magnitude of B into magnitude of A into cos of angle between A and B, which is 15 degree, correct? So this will be magnitude of vector A into magnitude of vector B into cos of angle between A and B is 15 degree plus beta into B dot B is magnitude of B square. Magnitude of A, magnitude of B, magnitude of C, everything is same. So we'll cancel out this into this, same as this into this, same as magnitude of B square, will cancel out. So what remains is cos 75 degree is equal to, cos 75 degree is equal to, alpha we can substitute minus beta into cos 15 here. This is cancelled out. So in place of alpha, I'll put minus beta into cos 15 degree, correct? This part is, I'm dividing by magnitude of B into magnitude of C because this product is same as this product is same as this. Everything is same. Correct? If you want, you can take this as R. Magnitude of vector, we take it as R. R into R. R square. R into R. R square. Magnitude of A, magnitude of vector B and magnitude of vector C. All represents radius R only. R square, R square, R square cancels out. So I'm not writing that. Minus alpha I substitute into cos 15 degree plus beta. So we get like this. So I can take a beta common here. If you take beta common, this becomes 1 minus cos square 15 degree. 1 minus cos square is sine square, correct? Using trigonometric identity. So this becomes sine square 15 degree. So beta I can write cos 75 divided by sine square 15. And cos 75 is same as cos 75 degree is same as sine 15 because they are complementary angles. So 15 and 75 are complementary, co-functions is there. Cos 75 degree is same as sine 15 degree. So one of these two will cancel out. One sine 15 remains there. So beta will be equal to what? Cos 75 and sine 15 cancels. So 1 is equal to beta into sine 15 remains. So beta I am getting 1 by sine 15 because write the reason that cos 75 degree is equal to sine 15 degree. Both of them are root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. So I am getting the value of beta as 1 by sine 15 degree. Beta I got 1 by sine 15 degree. Sine 15 degree we know root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. Reciprocal of reciprocal of sine 15 is 1 by sine 15. It is 2 root 2 by root 3 minus 1. This will be 2 root 2 divided by root 3 minus 1. So beta we got like this. Beta we got. I can find out alpha also, correct? Alpha is how much? Alpha is minus beta into cos 15, correct? Alpha Finally, alpha is minus beta into cos 15 degree. Beta we got it as 1 by sine 15. Beta is 1 by sine 15. So this will be minus cos 15 by sine 15, which is cot 15 degree, correct? Cot 15 degree beta value minus cot 15 degree. Beta we got 1 by sine 15, substitute. Cos 15 by sine 15, this is cot 15 degree minus cot 15 degree. Tan 15 is 2 minus root 3. Cot 15 is 2 plus root 3. So this is minus of 2 plus root 3. Minus of 2 plus root 3. So we got the values of alpha as well as beta. Now we can substitute here. What we want to find is this. Finally, we required is what? Alpha plus root 2 into root 3 minus 1 beta. Alpha plus root 2 into root 3 minus 1 into beta we wanted to find out. Alpha, how much we got? Alpha is minus of 2 plus root 3. That is minus 2 minus root 3 plus root 2 into root 3 minus 1 into beta, how much we got? 2 root 2 by root 3 minus 1. 2 root 2 divided by root 3 minus 1. Correct? So root 3 minus 1 is going to cancel. 2 root 2 into root 2, that becomes root 2 into root 2 is 2. 2 2s are 4, it becomes. Correct? What I mean, root 3 minus 1 cancels. What remains is minus 2 minus root 3, that you keep as it is. Root 3 minus 1 got cancelled. 2 root 2 into root 2, that becomes 4. And we know 4 minus 2 is 2. So answer is 2 minus root 3. Answer is option A. Question asked on 23rd of January, first shift, JEE Main 2025. Please make a note of this. Is that clear? Nice question asked, actually. Please make a note of this. Detailed explanation is given. Final answer is here. 2 minus root 3. Option A is the answer. Important concept is this. The arc lengths are directly proportional to the angle subtended at the center of the circle. Because the arc lengths were in the ratio 1:5, angle subtended will be in the ratio 1:5. And the sum is 90 here, total angle. 15 and 75 satisfies. 15 plus 75 is 90. 15 and 75 are the angles in the ratio 1:5. Important concept is written here. And the concept of vectors, starting from this equation, take the dot product with vector A on both sides and take the dot product with vector B on both sides and get the answer. Is that clear? Please make a note of this. Detailed explanation is given. Okay. And also note that the two vectors A and C are perpendicular. Perpendicular means A dot C equal to 0. Since A is perpendicular to vector C. Everything is shown here. Okay. Move on to the next one. The position vectors. Move on to the next question, number 4. Let the position vectors of the vertices A, B and C of a tetrahedron ABCD are given. So our tetrahedron is there. Okay. You are familiar with the figure of tetrahedron, how it looks. Geometrical picture of tetrahedron. Vertices ABC of the tetrahedron are given to us. The altitude from the vertex D to the opposite face ABC meets the median line segment through A of the triangle ABC at the point E. The length of AD is root of 110 by 3 and the volume of the tetrahedron is root of 805 by 6 root 2. Want to find the position vector of E. So want to find the position vector of E. So one of the difficult question asked from vector algebra. If we compare to all the 13 questions from January shift of this chapter, this is the one question which is of level 2, I can tell. Okay, quite a difficult question, we can agree. So the position vectors of the points A, B, C are given. So we can draw one tetrahedron, a rough sketch to make you understand. Okay, tetrahedron has a base. Base is it, and there is vertex here. That vertex will be joined to the base. Looks something like this. Okay, the shape of tetrahedron. So I shall draw the base. So base, so altitude is drawn from the vertex D to the opposite face ABC. So ABC is a triangle there. The base is a triangle for a tetrahedron. The base is a triangle and the vertex D is there. From the vertex we can join to all the three vertices ABC. That will form the tetrahedron. So we'll draw the tetrahedron just to represent ABC. Triangle ABC will draw. That is the base. Base is triangle ABC and the median length is given, correct? Length of the median AD is given. AD is the median. Median means AD is the median means D is going to be the midpoint of BC. Okay. So should represent a tetrahedron to something like this. This is a base. Okay. Base ABC I call. ABC. This is A. This is B. C. ABC. The vertices are given. This is the base triangle ABC. Okay. The vertex D, the altitude is drawn from the vertex D to the opposite face. Okay. Means the median line segment through A of the triangle ABC at the point E. So the length of AD is given. AD is not the median. Median is AE, correct? So altitude from the vertex D. So vertex D is actually in space actually, but I'll represent here itself. Okay. We need to join all these three. Should join A to D and also it should join A. This is vertex D actually. Okay. And it should join to C also to form the tetrahedron, and also I should join this. Okay. My figure is not exactly looking like a tetrahedron. Okay. Still imagine that it is a tetrahedron. Base is a triangle. ABC is a triangle. Vertex D is in space. Join D to A. Join D to C. Join D to B. Okay. So something like this. A tetrahedron is there. And median is there. Okay. Length of AD is given to us. Length of AD is given. And the median through the A of triangle ABC is meeting at the point E. Okay. The median line segment through A of the triangle ABC at the point E. Length of the AD is given. This is the median. This is median AE. AE is the median of the triangle ABC. So median line segment through A of the triangle ABC will meet at the point E. Length of AD is given to us. Okay. And the volume of tetrahedron is given. Root of 805 by 6 root. Want to find position vector of E. So what I'll do is I'll draw one perpendicular. That is the height of this. I'll draw one perpendicular from the vertex D to the base of this triangle ABC. Okay. I'll draw one perpendicular. This is the perpendicular drawn. Altitude from the vertex D to the opposite face ABC meets the median line segment through A of the triangle ABC at the point E. So this is point E, not E. Sorry, I made a mistake here. This is not E. This is your E, correct? And this you can call it as F. What they say, the altitude from the vertex D to the opposite face ABC meets the median line segment through A of the triangle ABC at the point E. So altitude of that tetrahedron, that is altitude means the perpendicular drawn from the vertex D to the base of the tetrahedron ABC. This altitude, this perpendicular, is going to meet the median through A at the point E. AF is the median. AF is the median. E is the point of intersection of the median through A and the altitude. So we need to find out the vertex, the position vector of E. Position vector of E I have to find out. That's our aim. So what I'll do is, because given the volume of tetrahedron, we know volume of tetrahedron is 1 by 3 into base area into height. Okay. First of all, you must know volume of tetrahedron formula. Volume of tetrahedron is volume of tetrahedron, you must know. Volume of tetrahedron is equal to 1 by 3 into base area into height is equal to 1 by 3 into base area into height. 1 by 3 into base area into height. There is no space. You can start from extreme left. I'll start so that I'll get more space to write. We know that volume of tetrahedron is 1 by 3 into base area into height. 1 by 3 into base area into height. Volume of tetrahedron is given to us. Root of 805 by 6 root 2. This is given. Root of 805 divided by 6 root 2 is equal to 1 by 3 into base area we can find out. Because given the vertices A, B, C, no, area of triangle ABC we can find out. Half into magnitude of AB cross AC, or half into magnitude of AB cross BC we can find out. Area of triangle ABC we can find out. Okay. Area of triangle ABC into height. Height is DE. Correct. Using area of the triangle ABC into height into 1 by 3. That gives the volume of the tetrahedron. That you must know. The basic knowledge. So area of triangle we'll find out. Area of the triangle is area of the triangle ABC will find out. Area of the triangle ABC is equal to half into magnitude of AB cross BC. AB cross BC. That is equal to half into, first we'll find out vector AB and vector BC. Vector AB is OB minus OA, correct? Vector OA is given, OB is given, OC. Position vectors of the points ABC are given. So vector OA, vector OB and vector OC are given. So I'll find out vector AB first. Vector AB is what? OB minus OA, I minus I, 0I, 3J minus 2J, J, minus 2K minus K, minus 3K, correct? Half into mod I'll find, magnitude I'll find out, determinant of, this will be I cap, J cap, K cap. AB I'm finding, AB is OB minus OA, correct? AB is equal to what? OB minus OA. AB is OB minus OA. How much is that? I minus I, 0I, correct? I'll write 0I, then 3J minus 2J, that is J, minus 2K minus K, minus 3K. This is components of vector AB, which is 0, 1, minus 3. 0, 1, minus 3. Also find out vector BC. Vector BC is what? Vector BC is equal to vector OC minus vector OB. How much is that? OC minus OB. 2I minus I. That is I. 2I minus I. J minus 3J, which is minus 2J. Minus K. Minus of minus 2K. Minus K plus 2K becomes K. OC minus OB, 2I minus I, J minus 3J, minus 2J, minus K plus 2K becomes K. So that is 1 minus 2, 1. 1 minus 2, 1. Expand this determinant and find out its magnitude. Magnitude of I cap into 1 minus 6. Leaving first column first to expand the determinant. 1 minus 6 minus 5, correct? Minus 5I minus j into 0 minus minus 3 plus 3. So minus 3j, correct? No, minus j into 0 minus minus 3 plus 3 plus 3 into minus k into 0 minus 1, minus k. Find out its magnitude. That will be half into root of 5 square is 25, minus 3 square is 9, 1 square is 1, correct? This will be root 35 by 2, half into root 35. I am getting base area as half into root 35. So from this I can find out the height, correct? Height I can find out. Height is AD actually. Height is D actually, sorry. Height is D. From the vertex D, the perpendicular is drawn. That is D I'm getting. And AD is a right angle triangle. AD is already given, correct? Length of AD is given, root of 110 by 3. Here I'm getting DE. So then I can find out AE, correct? Is that clear? So 2 into 3, 6. 6 will cancel out here. So what is left is root of 805, square root of 805. 3 into 2, 6 will cancel out from left hand side and right hand side. 6 will cancel out. Divided by root 2 is equal to root 35 into height. Height is nothing but DE, correct? Root 35, we can cancel 35 into 20. 35 into 20 is going to be 700, correct? So 35 into 23, I think this will be 805. Is it clear? 35 into 10 is 350. 35 into 20 is 700. 35 into 23 is 805. So root 35 cancels, means I'll get the height which is from the figure, it is DE. DE is going to be equal to how much? Root of 23 divided by root 2. Height DE I got. Height DE I got. Okay. Now in triangle AD, AD is a right angle triangle. In triangle ADE, what we have is, because this is perpendicular, AD is the hypotenuse, correct? AD square is equal to AE square plus D square using Pythagoras theorem. AD square is equal to AE square plus DE square. AE square plus DE square. AD is already given to us in the question, correct? Length of AD is given, root of 110 by 3. Root of 110 by 3 square, 110 by 9. 110 divided by 9 is equal to AE I have to find out, correct? I'm finding out AE. Vector AE I want to find out. Then I can find out the vertex, the position vector of the point E. DE I got just now, that is square of this 23 by 2. 23 by 2, correct? So this becomes how much? AE square is equal to 110 divided by 9 minus 23 by 2. Take LCM. 9 into LCM is 18. 9 2s are 2 into 110 becomes 220 minus 2 into 9. 9 into 23 is 207. So I'll get this as 13 by 18. This is AE square. So what is AE? AE is equal to root 13 divided by root 18 is root of 9 into 2, that is 3 root 2. So I'm getting AE I got. Length of A I got. Now what I'll do is, I'll find out vector AE. To find out vector AE, I'll use the formula vector AE is equal to magnitude of vector AE into unit vector in the direction of A, using the concept of unit vector. So I can write down vector AE is how much. Before that, I'll find out what is F. Because AF is the median of the triangle ABC drawn through the vertex A, F should be the midpoint of BC, correct? F happens to be the midpoint of BC. Vertex B is given, vertex C is given. From these two, I'll find out the vertex F, which is midpoint of BC. So 1 plus 2, 3 by 2. This will be 3 by 2, comma. 3j plus j, that is 4j. 4j by 2 is 2, that is 2, comma. Minus 2 minus 1 minus 3 minus 3 by 2. The vertex F I got. Vertex F I got. Correct? That is AF is midpoint. AF is the median. So F is the midpoint of BC. Vertex B and vertex C are given as position vectors. So applying midpoint formula, x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2, z1 plus z2 by 2, or b plus c by 2 I can tell in terms of vector language. 3 by 2, 4 by 2 is 2, and minus 2 minus 1 minus 3 by 2. Already we know the vertex A, no? 1, 2, 1. Vertex A is 1, 2, 1. So I can find out vector AF. Vector AF is OF minus OA, correct? Vector AF I can write down. Vector AF is equal to vector OF minus vector OA. It's equal to how much? 3 by 2 minus 1, that is half. 2 minus 2, that is 0. Then here, minus 3 by 2 minus 1, minus 5 by 2. Now, using this vector AF, I'll write down the unit vector in the direction of AE. That is vector AF by magnitude of vector AF. That will give unit vector in the direction of AE. Okay. So then I'll write down vector AE as magnitude of vector AE into unit vector in the direction of AE. So that I can find out vector AE from this. Now, what I'm going to do is unit vector in the direction of AE. Unit vector in the direction of AE is how much? Unit vector in the direction of AE is unit vector in the direction of AE is this vector divided by its magnitude, correct? AF is along the direction of AE itself. So I can take this. I'll write this in terms of vector, okay? So half I minus 5 by 2k. Half I minus 5 by 2k divided by its magnitude. Magnitude of this vector is root of 1 by 4 plus 25 by 4, that is root of 26 by 4, which is root 26 by 2, which is root 26 divided by 2. 2 will cancel from numerator, so I'll get I minus 5k by root 26. I minus 5k divided by root 26. This 2 will cancel, this root 26 by 2 will cancel, 2 cancels, I get unit vector in the direction of vector AE I got. Now I can write vector AE as magnitude of vector A into unit vector in the direction of A. I'll call this as say A cap, okay, or N cap I'll call. So I can write down vector AE now from this. I'll write here itself. Vector AE is equal to how much? At last. Vector AE is equal to magnitude of vector AE, magnitude of vector A into unit vector in the direction of A, which is N cap, I'll call this, okay. This is your N cap. So magnitude of vector A is how much? Magnitude of vector is nothing but length of A, which we call root 13 by 3 root 2. Root 13 divided by 3 root 2 into N cap. N cap is, this is vector in the direction of A, correct? Unit vector in the direction of A. I minus 5k by root 26. And I can write this root 26 as root 2 into root 13, correct? So this will be I minus 5k, I minus 5k divided by root 26 is root 2 into root 13, correct? So that root 13 is going to cancel here. Root 2 into root 2 becomes 2, 2 into 3 is 6. So what I am getting is 1 by 6. 1 by 6 into I cap minus 5 k cap. This is vector AE I got. Already we know vector OA, so I can find out vector OE, which is the position vector of the point E. Done. This much work is there. So vector AE I got here, correct? Therefore, finally, to find the position vector of E, I'll use AE is equal to OE minus OA. I'll write the final answer here. Vector AE is required, correct? I'll write here vector AE is equal to OE minus OA, position vector of E minus position vector of A, correct? Vector A, just now we got 1 by 6 into I minus 5k, correct? 1 by 6 into I minus 5k. This is equal to OE, I had to find out. OE I had to find out. Minus OA, which is the position vector of the point A, I plus 2j plus 2k. This I plus 2j plus 2k. So rearrange the terms and get the answer. From this will take it to that side. 1 by I cap plus I cap becomes 7 by 6 I cap, correct? Therefore, I'll write here vector OE is equal to 1 by 6 I cap plus I cap, 1 by 6 plus 1, 7 by 6, 7 by 6 I cap. Here 0 j cap, correct? This minus 2 j cap, take that side, becomes plus 2 j cap. There is no j cap term there. plus 2j cap. Then here minus 5 by 6 k cap. This is minus 2. Minus 2 cap. Take that side. Plus 2. Plus 2 minus 5 by 6. 2 is 12 by 6. 12 by 6 minus 5 by 6 becomes 7 by 6. Correct? 7 by 6 k cap. You can take we can take 7 common, so not 7, 1 by 6 common, so I'll get answer as option D, correct? If you take 1 by 6 common here, from this I can write vector OE is equal to, if you take 1 by 6 common, what remains? 7i, correct? Plus 12j I'll write, because 12 by 6 is 2, correct? And 1 by 6 taken out, plus k cap, correct? Minus 5 by 6 plus 2. 2 is 12 by 6, I think. 12 by 6. I think small mistake has happened or what? This is minus 5 by 6. Minus 2. Minus 2 take that plus 2. 2 means 12 by 6. 12 by 6 minus 5 by 6. 7 by 6. Should be 7 it. 7. 7k cap. Correct? I think there is small mistake in this. 7i plus 12j plus 7k I think it should be. Oh, it is I plus 2j plus k, not I made a mistake here, sorry. Here it is plus k. So it's correct, what I got is, this is plus k, correct? So minus k, take that, so it becomes plus k. K means 1k, 1 minus 5 by 6, 1 by 6. Here it should be 1 by 6. Here it is plus k, sorry with the substitution. So quite lengthy question. I have made a small mistake here. Plus k cap. So this will be minus k, take that, so it become plus k. K means 1k. 1 minus 5 by 6, 1 by 6. So answer is option D, which is correct. Quite a lengthy question. So I got 1 by 6 into 7. 1 by 6 taken out. 7i plus 12j plus k. Because 12 by 6 is 2. Correct? Otherwise take LCM 6. Common denominator 6. We'll get this as answer. Option D. Question asked on 23rd of January, first shift, JEE in 2025. Quite lengthy question this is. So please make a note of this. Start with volume of the tetrahedron, which is 1 by 3 into base area into height. Volume of tetrahedron was given to us. Okay. Base area I could find out using area of the triangle ABC. Area of triangle ABC we know. Half into magnitude of AB cross BC. AB, OB minus OA. AB you find out. I've shown you steps. AB is OB minus OA and BC is AB, OB minus OA, BC is OC minus OB by definition of position vector we know. So area of triangle I got, okay, half root 35, area of triangle, that is substitute here. Base area is area of the triangle. 3 into 2, 6, 6, 6 will cancel. Root 35 ones are root of, that becomes 23. So I got the height. Using this we got the height. Height is nothing but DE. D is the height. So then go to triangle ADE. In triangle AD is the hypotenuse. It's opposite to 90. AD length is already given to us. AD is root of 110 by 3. So AD we can substitute. AD square 110 by 9. D we got root 23 by root 2. So 23 by 2 square of that. From there we get AE. A is root 13 by 3 root 2. Once we get A, then you find out unit vector in the direction of A. AF is the median, so F is the midpoint of BC. Apply midpoint formula. B plus C by 2. Okay. Vector B we know, vector C we know. So F we got. Then you can find vector AF. Vector AF is OF minus OE. So I am writing unit vector in the direction of AE, which is given shown here. Unit vector in the direction of AE. So I can write vector AE as magnitude of vector A into unit vector in the direction of A. Magnitude of A is already got here, root 13 by 3 root 2. This is magnitude of vector A, which is nothing but length of A. That I'll use. Then I wrote here, unit vector in the direction of A. Okay, that is vector A is magnitude of A into unit vector in the direction of A. Magnitude of A is root 13 by 3 root 2. Unit vector in the direction of A is here. Correct? I calculated what is vector AF. AF is OF minus OA. That is also shown here. AF is OF minus OA. I got AF. So I can use that vector as vector in the direction of A. Divide by its magnitude. That is unit vector in the direction of A. That is multiplied by length of A will give the vector A. Okay. So vector A you got. Once you get vector A is equal to OE minus OA. Already we know vector OE. Vector A just now we got. Correct? Vector A we got here. Where is vector A root? Vector A is here. Vector A is here, this part. Vector A is here. So vector A I know. Vector OE I know. So I can find out vector OE, which is written here. Okay. Small mistake I made while substituting here. I made correction. Okay. So I'm getting the correct answer itself. Answer is option D. Quite an interesting question. So one of the difficult question of this paper, I can tell, of vector algebra. Rest all questions are not so very lengthy and difficult. This one question is little bit lengthy and difficult also. So new question asked. Move on to the next one. Question number 5. Let the point A divide the line segment joining the points P and Q internally in the ratio R is to 1. R is positive. R is greater than 0. O is the origin and OQ dot OA minus 1 by 5 magnitude of OP cross OA square is given as 10. Find the value of R, they ask. So you need to apply the section formula for internal division. We know vector R is equal to M into vector V plus N into vector A by M plus N. Section formula for internal division, correct? Point P and Q are given. Point A is dividing PQ in the ratio R is to 1. So if you want, you can sketch a figure like this. Point P is here. Point Q is here, correct? Point P is minus 1 comma minus 1 comma 2. Point Q is 5 comma 10. Point P and Q are given. Points P and Q. A is dividing the line segment PQ in the ratio R is to 1. A is here, which divides in the ratio R is to 1. So apply section formula to get the coordinates of A. Then you need to find OQ dot OA minus solve this equation. Okay, OQ dot OA is dot product you need to find. OP cross OA find out. Magnitude, square it, substitute and solve the equation, get the value of R. Not a difficult one, straightforward question. So first we'll find out the vertex A. The point A will find out. A is, to find A, use section formula. M into vector B plus N into vector A by M plus N. Crisscross, multiply. R into that vector plus 1 into this. R into 5, that is 5R minus 1, correct? To cross multiply this. Cross multiply. 5 into 1, that is 5R, correct? 1 into minus 1 divided by R plus 1. M into vector B plus N into vector A by M plus N. For internal division, I'm applying the formula. Again, 5R minus 1 divided by R plus 1. 5R minus 1 divided by R plus 1. Next, 10R plus 2 by R plus 1. 10R plus 2 divided by R plus 1. So much we get. This is point A. Now find out OQ dot OA. OQ dot OA find out. Now to find OQ dot OA. OQ dot OA. OQ dot OA is equal to how much? Point Q is here. Take the dot product with Q and A. OQ dot OA. 5, 5, 10. Correct? Taking the dot product between OA and OQ. What I will write? 5 into 5R minus 1 by R plus 1 plus 5 into 5R minus 1 by R plus 1 plus 10 into 10R plus 2 by R plus 1. Correct? So denominator will be common, right? 1 by R plus 1 is common. Numerator will get 5 into 5R minus 1. That will be 25R minus 5. Correct? 25R minus 5 plus 25R minus 5 plus 10 into 10R plus 2. 10 into 10 is 100R. 100R plus 2 into 10, that is 20. So much I'll get. This is equal to 1 by R plus 1 into 25R plus 25R, 50R plus 100R, that is 150R. Minus 5 minus 5, minus 10. Minus 10 plus 20, that is 10. We can take 10 common here. So what remains is 15R plus 1, correct? That will keep as it is otherwise. You can take 10 common. 10 into 15R plus 1 divided by R plus 1. Next we find out magnitude of OP cross OA. Find out OP cross OA, then take the square of that. Vector OP cross OA. Vector OP cross vector OA is equal to how much? Cross product is determinant of I cap, J cap, K cap. Components of vector OP is minus 1, minus 1, 2. Minus 1, minus 1, 2. OA, that is here, correct? 5R minus 1 by R plus 1. R plus 1 is a scalar, you can keep outside. 1 by R plus 1, correct? 1 by R plus 1 will keep outside. So remaining terms I'll write 5R minus 1. 5R minus 1. 10R plus 2. Find determinant of this. Here we'll keep 1 by R plus 1 outside. 1 by R plus 1 will keep outside. Okay. So expand this determinant and simplify it. What will get? It will be 1 by R plus 1 is kept outside. Expanding this I cap into, leaving first column, first row, minus 10R plus minus 10R minus 2. Correct? Minus 10R minus 2 minus 10R plus 2. So minus 2 plus 2 will cancel. Minus 10R minus 20R will get. Minus 20R, correct? Minus J cap into, leaving second column, first row, minus 10R minus 2. Then I'll get minus 10R plus 2. Again, minus 2 plus 2 will cancel out. Minus 20R, correct? Leaving second column, first row, minus 10R minus 10R, minus 20R. Minus 2 plus 2 will cancel out. Leaving the third column, first row, this will be 0, correct? This into this is exactly same, correct? This column is same as this column, so that will be 0, K cap into 0. So what is left out now? Magnitude to find out. Magnitude of OP cross OA square. Magnitude of this, I need to square also. So 1 by R plus 1 the whole square, the scalar, square it. 1 by R plus 1 the whole square. Magnitude of this, 20 is common, right? 20 comes outside. 20 square is 400. 20 square, correct? Magnitude of R also can take out. So R square, right? R square. So what is left is minus I plus J. Magnitude of minus I plus J will be root 2. Root 2 square, correct? Root of 1 plus 1. Square this. So finally I get 20 square is 400. 400 into R square, root 2 square is 2 divided by R plus 1 the whole square. This is OP cross OA square, magnitude of OP cross OA square. Now you can substitute this. This and this is substitute in this equation. Consider this equation. What we got? OQ dot OA. OQ dot OA got like this. 10 into 15R plus 1. 10 into 15R plus 1 divided by r plus 1, correct, minus 1 by 5 into how much? This is 400 into is 800, 800 r square into 800 into r square, correct, divided by r plus 1 the whole square is equal to 10. Solve this equation. You can cancel 5 ones are with 5 16s are 80. So 160 remains there, correct? 5 ones are, this will cancel with 5 160 times. 5 16s are 80. So 160. Take common denominator there, r plus 1 the whole square as common denominator and simplify it. If you take common denominator as r plus 1 the whole square, what will get? R plus 1 into r plus 1. So 10 into 15r plus 1 into r plus 1. Minus of 160 r square, is that correct? 160 r square is equal to 10. (15r square into 10), that becomes 150 r square, correct? This you can cross multiply, go on, simplify it. What will get? 15r square into 10, that is 150 r square. Here r plus 15r, 16r, 16r into 10, that is 160r, correct? R plus 15r, 16r into 10, 1 into 1, 1 into 10, that is 10, minus 160r square is equal to, this you cross multiply and open the bracket, 10 into r plus 1 whole square is r square plus 1 plus 2r. From this, what we get? This is minus 10r square. Shift all the terms to one side and write. 160r is there. 10r square. Here I get minus 10r square. 10r square plus 10r square is 20r square. I'll write here 20r square. Correct. Then what we have? This is 20r. 20r minus 160r becomes minus 140r. Correct. 20r minus 160r minus 140r. Then the constant term is plus 10 here. Plus 10 will cancel out. Correct. Is equal to 0. You can take a 20r common here. From this 20r is common. So r minus 7 equal to 0. A into b 0 means either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. R equal to 0 or I'm getting r is equal to 7. They told r is the value of r. R is positive, they mentioned already in the question. R is greater than 0. So this is rejected. This is accepted. R equal to 7 is the answer. Option D. Question asked on 23rd of January, second shift, JEE in 2025. Please make a note of this. Quite a simple question. A bit of calculative. Okay. Not a difficult question at all. Apply the section formula first for internal division. M into vector B plus N into vector A by M plus N. R into that plus 1 into this divided by R plus 1. Okay, I got A. Then take the dot product, OQ dot OA. Q is here, that is OQ dot OA. Then OP is here, OP cross OA. Take the cross product, take the magnitude of that, square it and substitute in this equation. OQ dot OA is here, OP cross OA square is here. We'll get a quadratic equation, solve that and get the value of R. Two values of R get. 0 is rejected because they mentioned that R is greater than 0. R equal to 7 is the answer. Okay. Move on to the next one. Question number 6. Vector A is given. Vector B is given. Vector C be 3 vectors such that C is coplanar with A and B. And if vector C is perpendicular to B, A dot C is 5. Find magnitude of vector C. So vector C is a vector coplanar with A and B. And it is perpendicular to vector B. This is the significance of geometrical significance of vector triple product. I can write clearly vector C is perpendicular to B and coplanar with A and B. We know that A cross B cross C is a vector perpendicular to vector A and coplanar with B and C. You must know this. Please note that A cross B cross C is a vector. Note that A cross B cross C is a vector perpendicular to vector A and coplanar with B and C. A cross B cross C is a vector. A cross B cross C is a vector which is perpendicular to vector A, perpendicular to vector A and coplanar with B and C. You must know this. Coplanar means lying in the same plane with B and C as that of B and C. This is the important thing you must know first. Coplanar with vector B and vector C. A cross B cross C is a vector perpendicular to vector A and coplanar with B and C. So now vector C is there, no? They mentioned the vector C is perpendicular to vector B and it is coplanar with A and B. So how to write vector C now? According to the question, vector C is coplanar with A and B and it is perpendicular to B. So I can write vector C as lambda times B cross A cross B, correct? Perpendicular to is kept outside, coplanar with inside the bracket. See, A cross B cross is a vector perpendicular to A and coplanar with B and C. What is there inside the bracket? That is coplanar. I'll be doing the synopsis part of this vectors exclusively for JEE and CET, okay? So that there you can listen, I'll be explaining all those things. So vector C is equal to lambda times what we have, perpendicular to vector B, and it is coplanar with A and B. So B cross A cross B. B cross A cross B. I'm using this formula. And you must know the vector triple product formula here. There is a formula for vector triple product which is given by this. I'll write here. A cross B cross C formula is it. A cross B cross C is equal to A dot C into B, A dot C into vector B, okay, minus A dot B into vector C. Learn this. This is the formula for vector triple product. You can remember like this. 1, 2, 3 is 1, 3, 2 minus 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is 1, 3, 2 minus 1, 2, 3. A dot C into B minus A dot B into C. This is the formula for vector triple product. Inside the bracket there is a dot and outside the bracket there is no dot. Inside the bracket there is a dot, outside the bracket there is no dot. So now this formula simplifies to what? Lambda into B dot B into vector A minus B dot A into B. This is vector B dot vector B, B dot B into vector A minus B dot A into vector B. Like this. B dot A is nothing but magnitude of B square. I can find out. Magnitude of vector B is how much? Root of 3 square plus 1 square plus minus 1 square. 3 square is 9. 9 plus 1 plus 1, 11. So this will be lambda into magnitude of vector B square into vector A minus B dot A I can find out. B dot A I can find out because vector A and vector B are given to us. Correct? Is equal to lambda times, correct, vector B is given, from there I got the magnitude of vector B, correct, right here, magnitude of vector B is equal to root of 3 square 9 plus 1 square 1 plus minus 1 square 1 which is root 11, magnitude of B square that is 11 into vector is I plus 2j plus 3k, I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap minus B dot A same as A dot B, that also I can find out. A dot B is how much? A dot B is equal to, which is same as B dot A. Take the dot product, multiply coefficients of I cap plus multiply coefficients of k cap plus multiply coefficients of k cap, correct? Coefficients of I cap 1 into 3. Take sum of the products, multiply coefficients of j cap 2 into 1, that is 2. Then 3 into minus 1, minus 3, correct? 1 into 3, 3. 2 into 1, 2. 3 into minus 1, minus 3. Minus 3 plus 3 cancels, we get 2. A dot B is 2. Into vector B. Vector B is 3i plus j minus k. 3i plus j minus k. So this is equal to how much? Lambda into 11i minus 6i becomes 5i. 11 2s are 22 minus 2 becomes 20j. Correct. 11 3s are 33 plus 2 becomes 35. I got vector C like this. And also to find the value of lambda, I can make use of this condition. A dot C equal to 5. Given also A dot C is equal to 5. From there I'll get the value of lambda. A dot C is equal to 5. Vector A is here. I plus 2j plus 3k. Take the dot product vector A and C. Lambda is scalar, keep outside. Lambda keep outside. Take the dot product. 5 into 1, 5. Plus 20 into 2 becomes 40. Plus 35 into 3, 105 is equal to 5. Correct? This gives lambda into, this is 45. 45 plus 105, 150. Lambda into 150 is equal to 5, which gives lambda is 1 by 30. 5 ones are 5 30s are. I'll get lambda equal to 1 by 30. Lambda I got. Once you get the value of lambda, I can write vector C here. Then I can find magnitude of vector C. This is vector C here, correct? Call this star. Therefore, from star, you can take 5 common and cancel, correct? 5 comes out. 5 by 30 is 1 by 6 I cap plus 4j cap plus 7k cap. Taking 5 outside. 5 by 6. 5 by 30, which is 1 by 6. 5 is taken out. 5 by 30 is 1 by 6. Now find magnitude of vector C. Therefore, finally, magnitude of vector C is equal to 1 by 6 is, keep as it is, scalar. Find the magnitude of the vector, root of 1 square plus 4 square plus 7 square is 49. 49 plus 1, 50. 50 plus 16, 66. So root 66 by 6. Root 66 by 6. We can simplify this as root 6 into root 11 divided by root 6 into root 6, of which one root 6 will cancel. I'll get the answer as root of 11 by 6. Root of 11 by 6, option D. So quite simple question. This type of question many times questions are asked in previous JEE questions. So quite simple question. This is not a big deal at all. Okay. You must know the geometrical significance. You must know this point. Important thing is this. A cross B cross C is a vector perpendicular to vector A and coplanar with B and C. Inside the bracket what we write is coplanar. Outside the bracket is perpendicular to. So according to the question, vector C is perpendicular to B, coplanar with A and B. Correct? So vector C is lambda times B cross A cross B. Perpendicular to B and coplanar with A and B. Accordingly write. Then use definition or formula for vector triple product. A cross B cross C. I call this as 1 2 3 equal to 1 3 2 minus 1 2 3. In that order we are writing this. Okay, inside the bracket there is a dot. Okay, outside the bracket there is no dot. Outside the bracket there is no dot. Apply the formula and get the answer. A dot C into vector B minus A dot B into vector C. A dot C into B minus A dot B into C. Apply this formula and go on simplify. B dot B is magnitude of B square. Magnitude of vector B is shown here, root 11. Root 11 square is 11. And A dot B is also shown here. A dot B same as B dot A. Substitute and use the condition A dot C equal to 5. From that condition we got the value of lambda 1 by 30. Lambda we got. That lambda substitute will get vector C. Then you can find magnitude of vector C. Answer is option D. Root of 11 by 6. Move on to the next one. The position vectors of 3 vertices of a triangle are given. Okay. If the position vectors of the orthocenter and circumcenter of the triangle are like this, find alpha plus 2 beta plus 5 gamma. So position vectors of the vertices of the triangle is given. Okay. ABC is a triangle. Position vectors of A, B, C are given. We know among the 4 centers we have orthocenter, circumcenter, incenter and centroid. The easiest one to compute is centroid, we know, correct? Vector A plus vector B plus vector C divided by 3. Centroid we can find out. And also there is a beautiful relationship between orthocenter, circumcenter and centroid. Orthocenter, circumcenter and centroid. Centroid is going to divide the orthocenter and circumcenter internally in the ratio 2:1. That you must know. First of all, centroid is given by this formula. Centroid is given by this formula. Centroid is vector R, I'll call. Is given by the formula vector R A plus vector B plus vector C divided by 3. This is the formula to find the position vector of the centroid of the triangle. Okay. Here position vectors of the vertices of the triangle are given. We can find the position vector of the centroid of the triangle using this. And further you must know that centroid is going to divide the median. Centroid is dividing the median in the ratio 2:1. That also there. Here centroid is dividing the orthocenter and circumcenter in the ratio 2:1. Orthocenter is H. Circumcenter is S. Divides in the ratio 2:1. 2:1. Centroid divides orthocenter and circumcenter internal in the ratio 2:1. S stands for circumcenter, H stands for orthocenter. G is a centroid. Centroid is the point of intersection of the medians of the triangle. Orthocenter is point of intersection of the altitudes of the triangle. And circumcenter is point of intersection of the perpendicular bisectors. So we can find out G is, you can use section formula. If you apply section formula, get 2 into S plus 1 into H by 2 plus 1. You can find out G here using section formula. G is equal to crisscross multiply 2 into S plus 1 into H by 2 plus 1. 2S plus 2 into S plus 1 into H, cross multiply this. 2 into S plus 1 into H divided by 2 plus 1, which is 3. So we can remember this. 3G is equal to 2S plus H. Using this relationship, I can find out. Okay. They asked to find out the circumcenter is given, correct? Orthocenter, no. So orthocenter is given. Orthocenter is given as P plus Q plus R by 4. Circumcenter is given like this. Alpha into vector P plus beta into vector Q plus gamma into vector R. So I need to find circumcenter. This is unknown here. Alpha, beta, gamma, I have to find out. So I need to find circumcenter. Centroid we can find out because they given the position vectors of the vertices of the triangle. If you know the position vectors of the vertices of the triangle, we can find out the centroid using this formula. Okay, A plus B plus C by 3. Centroid you know, orthocenter is given, circumcenter you can find out using this relationship. 3G is equal to 2S plus H. Centroid you know, orthocenter is given in the question. Circumcenter to find out. 3G minus H by 2 will give the circumcenter. Circumcenter is like this, in this form. Compare. You get alpha, beta, gamma, substitute. Quite a simple question. Correct? First we'll find centroid here. Centroid G is what? Centroid G is A plus B plus C by. Add all these things and divide by 3. 4P plus Q minus 3R. Centroid. Position vector of centroid I'm writing. 4P plus Q minus 3R. 4P plus Q minus 3R plus minus 5P plus Q plus 2R minus 5P plus Q plus 2R plus 2P minus Q plus 2R 2P minus Q plus 2R divided by 3. This is the position vector of the centroid of the triangle. Correct? 4P plus 2P, 6P, 6P minus 5P, P. Q plus Q, 2Q, 2Q minus Q, Q. Minus 3R plus 2R plus 2R, 4R. 4R minus 3R is R. So position vector of centroid I got. Position vector of orthocenter is given here, P plus Q plus R by 4. Using this relationship, we have 3G equal to 2S plus H. Remember this. We have 3G is equal to 2S plus H. This is G. 3G is how much? Cross multiply. 3G is P plus Q plus R. Correct from this. 3G is equal to P plus Q plus R. P plus Q plus R. 3G. Substitute. 3G is P plus Q plus R. is equal to circumcenter to find out. Orthocenter is given P plus Q plus R by 4. Orthocenter is given here. Correct? 2 years keep as it is. Orthocenter is P plus Q plus R divided by 4. Remember this 3G equal to 2S plus H. Centroid divides orthocenter and circumcenter internally in the ratio 2:1. In any triangle it happens like this. In an equilateral triangle there is an exception that they are collinear. They coincides. Not collinear, they coincides. Orthocenter, circumcenter, centroid, incenter, everything is going to coincide in an equilateral triangle. This happens in a non-equilateral triangle I can tell. Okay. So here this implies 2S is equal to how much? 2S is equal to this minus this. P plus Q plus R is common. 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. Correct? 3 by 4 times P plus Q plus R. I'll get 3 by 4 times P plus Q plus R. Or this will be S is equal to how much? S is equal to 3 by 8 into vector P plus 3 by 8 because 2 comes to denominator becomes 3 by 8 Q plus 3 by 8 into vector R. This is compare with alpha P plus beta Q plus gamma R. Comparing with alpha into vector P. Alpha into vector P. Alpha into vector P plus beta into vector Q plus gamma into vector R. If we compare, we get alpha, beta, gamma. Everything is 3 by 8. What we need to find is alpha plus 2 beta plus 5 gamma. Correct? Required is this. Want to find alpha plus 2 beta plus 5 gamma. Alpha is 3 by 8. Beta is 3 by 8. 2 into 3 by 8 becomes 6 by 8. 5 gamma. 5 into 3 by 8. That is 15 by 8. 15 plus 6. 21 plus 3. 24. Correct? 15 plus 6 is 21. 21 plus 3 is 24. 24 divided by 8 is equal to 3. Answer is 3. This is option B. Question asked on 24th of January, second shift, JEE in 2025. Please make a note of this. On to the next one. Vector A is given. Vector B is vector A cross I minus 2k. C is given as B cross k. Find projection of vector C minus 2j on vector A. So quite simple question actually. Just finding the projection of one vector on another vector. Vector A is given to us. Vector B is A cross I minus 2k. Correct? Vector B will find out first. Vector B is equal to, what is given? Vector B, a vector A cross I minus 2k, that is 3i minus j plus 2k. Correct? This is vector A cross I minus 2k. Take the cross product of this. Cross product is determinant of I, j, k. Correct? Components of vectors 3 minus 1 2. Here 1 j is absent, minus 2. Expand this I cap into, leaving first column first row, 2 minus 0, 2, correct, minus j cap into, leaving second column first row, minus 6 minus 2 becomes minus 8, minus 6 minus 2 which is minus 8, plus k cap into, leaving third column first row, 0 minus of minus 1 is plus 1. So I got vector B now. Now C is B cross K. Now vector C is defined to be equal to B cross K. Vector B we got just now, correct? 2i minus of minus plus 8j plus k cross with k. You know, ijk in the cyclic order, I cross j is k, j cross k is I, and k cross I is j. I'll be using that. I cross k, I, j, k in that order. K cross I will be j, correct? If you take I, j, k in the cyclic order, if you want to represent this unit vector I, j and k in the cyclic order, I'll take like this. I cross j is k, j cross k will be I, and k cross I is j. Now I cross k will be minus j, correct? So this will be minus 2k. I cross k, I cross k, I cross j is minus j. K cross I is j, I cross k is minus j. So minus 2 j cap. 8 into j cross k, j cross k will be I, correct? J cross k. In this direction, I am taking positive. That is in the anti-clockwise direction. In the clockwise direction. I have taken in the clockwise direction to be positive. And using anti-commutative property. If it is in the opposite direction, I am using anti-commutative property of vectors. J cross k is I. So plus 8 I am getting. And k cross k is going to be 0 vector. Angle between same vectors is 0, so it becomes 0. So vector C I got. Want to find C minus 2j now. Correct? C is B cross K. Now C minus 2j. Therefore, C minus 2j is how much? C minus 2j. I cap you keep as it is. 8i. 8i. Minus 2j becomes minus 4j. And K cap is missing here. Plus 0 K cap you can write. Correct? Now find projection of C minus 2j on vector A. We call this as vector D. So projection of D on A you need to find. What we need to find is the projection of vector D on vector A. This I am calling as vector D for convenience. Projection of vector D on vector A, which is equal to D dot A by magnitude of vector A. D dot A divided by magnitude of vector A. Okay, take the dot product between vector D and A. Vector D is here. 8 into 3, that is 24. Correct? Minus 4 into minus 1, that is plus 4. 0 into 2, that is 0. Correct? A dot D. Vector A is here, D is here. 8 into 3, 24. Minus 4 into minus 1, plus 4, 2 into 0, 0. Divided by magnitude of vector A. Magnitude of vector is root of 3 square plus minus 1 square plus 2 square. Magnitude of vector A I can compute here and show you the steps. Root of 3 square is 9, minus 1 square is 1 and 2 square is 4. That becomes root of 14. Magnitude of vector is root 14. I'll get this as 28 divided by root 14. 28 we can write 14 into 2. 14 into 2, correct? 14 into 14 is root 14 into root 14 into 2. Root 14 into root 14 divided by root 14 into root 14 is 14. 14 2s are 28 divided by root 14. So of which 1 root 14 is going to cancel. So what remains is 2 root 14. 2 root 14 is answer. Option B. Question asked on 24th of January, second shift, JEE in 2025. Please make a note. Quite simple question. 2 root 14, sorry, 2 root 14 is option C. 2 root 14 is option C, I'm taking it wrong. 2 root 14, correct? 2 root 14 is option C. Option C is answer. 2 root 14. Root 14 got cancelled. 2 root 14 is answer. Move on to the next one. Vector A is given, vector B is given, and vector D is equal to A cross B. C is a vector such that A dot C equal to magnitude of C and magnitude of C minus 2A the whole square equal to 8. Angle between D and C is pi by 4. And you need to find this numerical type question asked on 28th of January, first of JEE in 2025. Vector A and vector B are given. So I can find out A cross B. Vector D I'll get. From A and B I'll get vector D. Because D is A cross B, correct? First we'll find out vector D. Vector D is A cross B, correct? Vector D is equal to A cross B. So A cross B is determinant of I cap, J cap, K cap. Components of vector A, which is 1, 1, 2. Components of vector B, 2, 2, 1. 2, 2, 1. Expand this. What we get? I cap into, leaving first column, first row. 1 minus 4, minus 3. Minus J cap into, leaving second column, first row. 1 minus 4, minus 3. Plus K cap into, leaving third column, first row. 2 minus 2, which is 0. Correct? 1, 1. Oh, I made a mistake of what? 1, 1, 1, no. Sorry. It's 1, 1, 1. I plus J plus K. I plus J plus K. 1, 1, 1. Correct? Vector A. Vector B is 2, 2, 1 components. Now expand this. I cap into, leaving first column, first row. 1 minus 2, which is minus 1. Minus J cap into, leaving second column, first row. 1 minus 2, which is minus 1. Plus K cap into, leaving third column, first row. 2 minus 2, which is 0. So I am getting this vector D as minus I plus J. Vector D is minus I cap plus J cap. Okay, vector D we got. And I'll use this equation now. I can find out magnitude of vector C using this. Also given magnitude of C minus 2A square equal to 8. Also given magnitude of C minus 2A the whole square is equal to 8. Expand this. What do you get? Magnitude of C square plus 2 square 4 into magnitude of A square minus 2 into 2 becomes 4 times A dot C. 4 times A dot C is equal to 8. Magnitude of C square I can find out using this. Magnitude of vector A is root 3 from this. Root of 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square. Magnitude of A is root 3. So root 3 square, I'll write. Magnitude of C square plus 4 into magnitude of vector A is root 3. Root 3 square is 3. Correct? Minus 4 into A dot C is given to be equal to magnitude of vector C. I'll substitute here. This is magnitude of vector C is equal to 8. Write all the terms to one side. I'll get magnitude of C square. Correct? Minus 4 times magnitude of vector C. 4 into 3 is 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. Correct? So that we can complete the square here. This is magnitude of C minus 2 the whole square. Magnitude of C minus 2 the whole square equal to 0. Taking square roots, we get magnitude of vector C is equal to 2. Magnitude of vector C we got. Okay. Now, I have to find magnitude of 10 minus 3 times B dot C plus magnitude of D cross C square. Now, what we'll do is also the given angle between D and C. Angle between B, vector D and vector C is given as pi by 4. So we can find out D cross C. D cross C we can find out, correct? Vector D we don't know much. Vector D we know already. Vector D is A cross B here. Correct. This is vector D. Vector D we know. Vector C we know magnitude. Angle between D and C we know. So I can find out magnitude of D cross C. Correct. Vector D is here. Vector D is minus I plus J. Therefore, magnitude of vector D will be equal to root 2. Correct from this. Magnitude of C we know. Now, magnitude of D cross C square you can find out. Magnitude of D cross C square is equal to, because you know angle between vector D and vector C, I can find out this. Magnitude of D square into magnitude of C square into sine square, angle between D and C is pi by 4, correct? Angle between them is given. Magnitude of vector D we got root 2. Root 2 square is 2. Magnitude of vector C is 2. 2 square is 4. Sine pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 square is half. 2 cancels. I am getting magnitude of D cross C square is 4. This part I got 4. Now to find out 10 minus 3 times B dot C. B dot C directly we cannot find out because we don't know vector C. Correct? And also we don't know angle between B and C. Magnitude of C we know. Magnitude of C we know. Magnitude of B I can find out. It's 3. But I don't know the angle between vector B and vector C. Correct? So what I'll do is, we consider this equation. D is equal to A cross B. Consider that equation. D is equal to A cross B. There you take the cross product vector C on both sides. Okay? Consider D is equal to A cross B and take the cross product with vector C on both sides. Consider vector D is equal to A cross B, the equation which is already given to us. From this equation, what I am doing is, I'll take the cross product with vector C on both sides. Vector D cross C is equal to A cross B cross C. And I'll use the vector triple product formula here. Okay. And we know anti-commutative property for vectors. A cross B cross C is minus C cross A cross B. This will be minus of C cross A cross B. Like this. Which is equal to minus of, here 1, 2, 3 formula. 1, 2, 3 is 1, 3, 2 minus 1, 2, 3. Inside the bracket there is a dot. Outside the bracket there is no dot. So C dot B into vector A. C dot B into vector A minus C dot A into vector B. I'll be using this. Correct? C dot B into vector A minus C dot A into vector B. D cross C is been already. D cross C is, I can do squaring on both sides. C dot B, do you know? C dot B is not known. But C dot A is known to us. C dot A is same as A dot C, which is magnitude of C. This part we know. This is nothing but magnitude of vector C, which is 2. C dot A is same as A dot C. A dot C is given as magnitude of C, which is 2. We got. This part is 2. Correct? C dot B we don't know. Correct? That is what we want to find out. Now, what we'll do is we'll do squaring on both sides. Do squaring on both sides. Magnitude of D cross C square it becomes. Magnitude of D cross C square is equal to, here minus square will be plus. So here I am using A minus B whole square formula. Square of this plus square of this minus 2 times dot product of this. So square of this how much? C dot B square. C dot B is a scalar, correct? C dot B square into vector A square, magnitude of vector A square. C dot B is a scalar into this is magnitude of vector A square plus square of this. C dot A is 2, 2 square is 4 into magnitude of vector B square minus 2 times scalar you write first, C dot B and C dot A into, take the dot product of the vectors A dot B. C dot B keep as this. C dot B into C dot A we know 2, C dot A is 2, that is scalar I wrote. Now take the dot product of A and B, which is A dot B. I am using this formula. If I want to write here, lambda into vector A minus mu into vector B, the whole square is equal to lambda square into magnitude of A square plus mu square into magnitude of b square minus 2 into lambda into mu into a dot b. This is the formula I am going to use. This is the formula I already used. Okay. Lambda and mu are real numbers, means scalar. Here C dot b is acting as lambda and C dot A is acting as mu, which is already 2. C dot A is already 2 because C dot A is same as A dot C. That's magnitude of C, which is 2. Okay. So now magnitude of D cross C we know, square 4. Magnitude of vector D cross C square is 4. I can make use of this equation. So this will be 4. Left hand side is 4 here. C dot B I want to find out. C dot B or B dot C I have to find out. That is my aim. Magnitude of vector A I can find out here. Root 3. Correct. Root 3 square is 3. So this becomes 3. I'll call this, let magnitude of, let C dot B be equal to x. Let C dot B, I'll call it as x. Okay. Let this be equal to x. This will become x square. Okay. Magnitude of vector is 3. Root 3. Root 3 square is 3. I got from here. Magnitude of vector A. Magnitude of vector B from here, which is 3. 3 square is 9. 9 into 4 is 36. 4 into 9. 2 into 2 becomes 4. 2 into 2 is 4. C dot B is x. C dot B is x. A dot B we can find out, no? A dot B is how much? A dot B is 1 into 2 plus 1 into 2 plus 1 into 1, correct? 2 into 1, 2, 2 into 1, 2, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. A dot B is 5. I'll get quadratic in x. I'll get quadratic in x here. X. So what I'm getting is 3x square. 3x square. 4 into 5 is 20 minus 20x. 4 into 9 is 36. 36 minus 4, that is 32. Equal to 0. Correct? B dot C is x. Okay. Hope it's clear. Now we can solve this. Quadratic in x. Solve this. Okay. Two values of x. That is your B dot C. Okay. Solve this equation. You'll get the value of x. Factorize this. Adding you should get minus 20. Multiplying you should get 3 into 32, 96. Which is minus 16 and minus 4 will do. Minus 16 minus 4. If you add, no, you get minus 20. Minus 16 into, minus 16 minus 4 will not do. Minus 12 and minus 8 will do. Minus 12 minus 8, if you add, we get minus 20. Minus 12 into minus 8 becomes plus 96. 32 into 3 also 96. Minus 12 and minus 8 will do. Correct? If I add this, I get minus 20. If you multiply this, I get 96. 3 into 32 also 96. So I can factorize this as, I can split the middle term as minus 12x minus 8x. So that part I can write it as, I can write somewhere here. I'll write here remaining part. What I'll get 3x square minus 12x minus 8x plus 32 equal to 0. From this 3x common, so what you get is x minus 4 minus 8 into x minus 4. So x minus 4 is again common here. X minus 4 into 3x minus 8 equal to 0. Which gives a into b 0, correct? That means a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. X equal to 4 or x equal to 3 by 8. The value of x is either 4 or x is 8 by 3. X is 8 by 3. X minus 4, 0 gives x equal to 4. 3x minus 8 equal to 0 gives x equal to 8 by 3. X is your b dot c. So b dot c is either 4 or 8 by 3. So I got the value of this. So this will become, if you take b dot c as 4, if you take this value, b dot c as 4, I'll get 10 minus 3 into b dot c is 4, correct? Magnitude of that. Magnitude of d cross c square we got 4, correct? This will simplify to how much? 3 into 4 is 12. 10 minus 12 minus 2, mod of minus 2 plus 4. Mod of minus 2 is 2, 2 plus 4 is 6. If you take value of b dot c as 4. If you take value of b dot c as 8, no, I'll get what? If you take b dot c as 8 by 3, if you take this value, I'll get 3 into 8 by 3 mod of, and anyway this is 4, correct? 3 cancels. 10 minus 8 is 2, 2 plus 4 which is equal to 6. In both the cases I'll get the same answer, 6. 6. Numerical type question asked. Answer is 6. On question asked on 28th of January, first shift, JEE in 2025. Please make a note. Little bit lengthy one. Even this is also little bit a difficult question. Okay. Level 2 kind of question I can call this is. Move on to the next one. Question number 10. Components of vector A along and perpendicular to vector B are given like this. Want to find alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square. Here there is one beautiful result in vectors. Okay. Every non-zero vector can be expressed as sum of two vectors. Okay. You take vector A as a non-zero vector. Every non-zero vector, I'll write the result here. Every non-zero vector vector A can be expressed as vector A1 plus vector A2. Okay, where vector A1 is parallel to some vector B. Vector A1 is parallel to vector B. Okay, and vector A2 is going to be perpendicular to vector B. Vector A2 is perpendicular to the same vector B. This is one beautiful result in vectors. This can be compared to every square matrix with real entries can be expressed as sum of a symmetric matrix and a skew symmetric matrix, correct? Every non-zero vector can be expressed as sum of two vectors, vector A1 plus vector A2, where vector A1 is parallel to vector B and vector A2 is perpendicular to same vector B. Okay, so now the components of vector A along means parallel to and perpendicular to vector B are given. So vector A is parallel to this vector. Okay, components of vector A parallel and perpendicular to this vector are given like this. So in my notation, vector A is equal to A1 plus A2. See, this is your vector A1, identify, and this is a vector A2. So A1 plus A2 will be vector A. That's it, over. Vector A1 is this, that is parallel to this vector B. Components of this vector parallel to vector B is this. Component of this vector perpendicular to vector B is this. That is what I told. Vector A is equal to A1 plus A2. That is vector A is equal to A1 plus A2. Vector A is equal to what? Vector A1 plus vector A2. What is vector A1? Parallel to B. What is vector A2? Perpendicular to B. Same vector B. So this vector is your A1. So vector A1 is what? Vector A1 is this. 16 by 11 into 3i plus j minus k. Vector A1 is 16 by 11 into 3i plus j minus k. Correct? 3i plus j minus k. Vector A2 is that vector perpendicular to vector B. That is 1 by 11 into what we have? Minus 4i minus 5j minus 17k. Correct? This is equal to, we can take 1 by 11 common here. Correct? 1 by 11 you can take common. 16 multiply this side. Correct? 16 3 is 48. 48 minus 4, that is 44i. 16 into what? 16 minus 5, that is 11. 16 into minus 1, minus 16, and here it is minus 17. Minus 16, minus 17, minus 33. Correct? can multiply this 1 by 11 inside. 4i plus j minus 3k. I'm getting vector A. So this vector is given to be alpha I cap plus beta j cap plus gamma k cap. Compare with alpha I cap plus beta j cap plus gamma k cap. If we compare, we get this is given in the question. Alpha is how much? 4. Beta is 1. And gamma is minus 3. Want to find alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square. Alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square. Alpha is 4. 4 square 16. Beta is 1. 1 square 1. Minus 3 square 9. Answer is 26. Option D. Question asked on 28th of January, second shift, JEE Main 2025. Move on to the next one. Please make a note of this result. Okay. Every non-zero vector can be expressed as sum of two vectors. That is vector A1 plus vector A2. Where vector A1 is parallel to vector B and vector A2 is perpendicular to the same vector B. This is an important thing. And even in functions, no, every function f of x can be, every non-zero function f of x can be expressed as sum of even function and odd function. Both f of x and f of minus x should be well defined in the domain of f. Okay, condition is there. So that is also there. Functions also we can apply. In matrices also we can apply this kind of, and in vectors. ABC be 3 points in the xy plane whose position vectors are given like this. So ABC are 3 points in the xy plane it is. So it's a 2-dimensional geometry, not in 3D geometry. Position vectors of A and B are given, and C is also given. A, B, C position vectors are given respectively with respect to the origin O. Distance of the point C from the line bisecting the angle between the vectors OA and OB is 9 by root 2. Find sum of all possible values of A. So we'll represent this vector in 2D geometry, correct? In 2D geometry it is. X-axis and y-axis we can take and represent. Point A is root 3i plus a, root 3 comma 1. Point B is 1 comma root 3, correct? Position vector of point A. Point A is root 3i plus a. So A is root 3 comma 1. A is root 3 comma 1. B is I plus root 3j. So 1 comma root 3. 1 comma root 3. Okay. So O is the origin and point C is given as AI plus 1 minus ij. So point C is A comma 1 minus A. So I'll represent this point A here, root 3 comma 1. X is root 3, y is 1, correct? Root 3 comma 1 is here and 1 comma root 3 somewhere there. Point A is here. Point A is root 3 comma 1. Point B is here. Point B is 1 comma root 3. We can find slope of OA. Slope is what? Slope of line joining 2 points in straight lines to learn. First view, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. How to find slope of a line joining 2 points? Slope M is slope of the line OA is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, correct? y2 minus y1, origin is 0 comma 0. 1 minus 0, subtract the y coordinates divided by subtract the x coordinates. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Slope formula. Slope formula is this. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Correct? Subtract the y coordinates divided by subtract the x coordinates. 1 minus 0 by root 3 minus 0. 1 by root 3. Slope is tan theta. I'll call this as tan alpha. Tan alpha is 1 by root 3 means alpha is equal to pi by 6. So this is making an angle of pi by 6 or 30 degree I can call. Pi by 6 or 30 degree in terms of degrees. Same way find slope of OB. What is slope of OB? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This formula, slope formula. Subtract the y coordinates divided by subtract the x coordinates. What do you get? Root 3 minus 0 by 1 minus 0. Root 3 minus 0 divided by 1 minus 0, which is root 3. This will call tan beta. Tan beta is root 3, implies beta is equal to pi by 3 or 60 degree. Pi by 3 or 60 degree, correct? This angle is 60 degree. If I can use some other ring for you to represent this angle. This angle is 30, this angle is 60 degree, correct? This much is 60, this much is 30. So we want to find what? The distance of the point C from the line. Point C is here, a comma 1 minus a. From the line which is bisecting the angle between the vectors OA and OB. See, OA is making an angle of 30 with x-axis. OA is making an angle of 30 with x-axis. OB is making angle 60 with positive x-axis. What is angle between OA and OB? That is 30, correct? This angle is going to be equal to 30 degree. So which is the line which is going to bisect OA and OB? I have to find the distance of the point C is given from the line which is bisecting the angle between the vectors OA and OB. Line which bisects line which is bisecting the vectors OA and OB. Bisect means what? Divides in equal halves, correct? Like this. This line is going to bisect. So if this angle between OA and OB is 30 means this angle becomes 15 degree. So this line, the bisector of OA and OB is going to make how much angle with x-axis? 30 plus 15, 45 degree, correct? Correct? I'll write the sentence. Clearly, the bisector of vector OA and OB, bisector of the vectors OA and OB is going to make an angle of, will make an angle of 30 plus 15 degree, correct? 45 degree. Will make an angle of 45 degree with positive x-axis. Make an angle of 30 plus 15, 45 degree with the positive x-axis. Line which is making 45 degree means what? That line is y is equal to x and it is passing through the origin, no? Line is making an angle of 45 degree means tan slope of that line is tan 45 degree, which is 1. I'll call this line as say OD. Slope of OD is tan 45 degree. Correct? Slope of OD is going to be tan 45 degree, which is equal to 1. So OD, equation of OD is y is equal to x because it is passing through the origin. A line which is passing through the origin and it is having slope 1 means y is equal to x. Correct? Slope is 1. Y is equal to mx plus passing through the origin. So equation of OD is the bisector of OA and OB. Correct? Bisect means it bisects the angle. Angle between OA and OB is how much? 30 degree. Half of 30 is 15. So 15 plus 30 is 45. Hope you understand. This angle is 45 degree. OD is making an angle of 45 degree with positive x-axis. Slope of OD is tan 45 degree, which is 1, or tan pi by 4, which is 1. So equation of OD we can find out using straight line concept. It is passing through the origin. Slope is 1. So y is equal to x. Equation of OD is y is equal to x. So for equation of the bisector is y equal to x. Therefore, I can write the conclusion that equation of the bisector is y equal to x or x minus y equal to 0. Because slope is 1, it is passing through the origin. If you want, you can use y equal to mx plus c. Slope is 1, m is 1, y equal to 1 into x plus c is 0. Y intercept is 0 because it passes through the origin. So now this equation of bisector we got. They told the distance of the point C from the bisector of OA and OB is 9 by root 2. Find the sum of all possible values of A. So distance between the point and the line, you have to apply the formula. Mod of the point is x1, y1 and the line is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Distance between the point and the line is what? Mod of ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by root of a square plus b square. Need to apply that formula. So we know that formula. Distance of the point x1, y1, distance of the point x1, y1 to ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is what? Mod of a into x1 plus b into y1 plus c divided by root of a square plus b square, straight lines concept. Here the distance is given to be equal to 9 by root 2, correct? Therefore distance is 9 by root 2 is equal to, point is this point, this is your x1 y1, x1 comma y1. Line is this, a is 1, b is minus 1, correct? A is 1, b is minus 1. So 1 into a. Minus 1 into 1 minus a. Minus 1 into 1 minus a is a minus 1, correct? A minus 1. Plus constant term is 0, correct? Plus 0 I can write. Divided by root of a square plus b square, mod is there. Root of 1 square plus minus 1 square. 1 square plus minus 1 square, which is root 2. Root 2 cancels. What I am getting is 9 is equal to mod of 2a minus 1. A plus a is 2a. 2a minus 1. Remove the mod, we get two possible answers. Either 9 is equal to 2a minus 1 or minus 9 equal to 2a minus 1. Because mod x equal to 5 means what? X equal to plus or minus 5, correct? Mod x equal to 5 means x can be 5 or it can be minus 5. Because mod of 5 is 5. Even mod of minus 5. Both the values satisfies. So mod x is 5 means x is equal to either 5 or it can be minus 5, correct? Example I am giving you. So mod of 9 is 9, even mod of minus 9 is 9. So 2a minus 1 can be 9 or 2a minus 1 can be minus 9. Two possibilities. So from this 9 is equal to 2a minus 1 or I'll write minus 9 is equal to 2a minus 1. So from this 2a is equal to 10, a is equal to 5. One possible value of a is 5, correct? 2a is equal to 9 plus 1, 10. 2a is equal to 10, a equal to 5. Minus 9 plus 1. Minus 9 plus 1 is minus 8. 2a equal to minus 8. So a equal to minus 4. Sum of the possible values of a is 1. Correct? They ask to find sum of all possible values of a, which is 5 plus minus 4, which is 1. Therefore, sum of the values of a is, you can write this sentence here, sum of all possible values of a, sum of all possible values of a is how much? 5 plus minus 4 is equal to 1. Option A is answer. Please make a note of this. Quite interesting question asked on basic concepts of vectors. On to the next one. Let vector A, vector B and vector C be a vector such that A cross C is equal to C cross B and A plus C dot B plus C is 168. Find the maximum value of magnitude of C square. Quite interesting question again. So this kind of question is also frequently asked in JEE exams. Typical JEE level question. A cross C is equal to C cross B. From there we can rewrite the equation and express in terms of parallel vectors. If two vectors are parallel, then their cross product equal to 0. Using that concept, I can write A cross C is equal to C cross B, correct? Given A cross C is equal to C cross B. From there I'll start. Given A cross C is equal to C cross B. From this, I can write it as A cross C is equal to minus B cross C. C cross B is minus B cross C. Using anti-commutative property of vectors. A cross B is minus B cross C. So C cross B is minus B cross C. Or you bring it to left hand side, becomes A cross C plus B cross C equal to 0. A cross C plus B cross C is equal to 0. Writing all the terms to one side. Using the distributive property, I can write it as A plus B cross C, correct? A plus B, vector A plus vector B cross C is equal to 0. C vector is common, right? So the two cross product of two non-zero vectors is 0, means the two vectors are parallel. I can conclude that A plus B should be parallel to vector C because cross product of those two is 0. From this to this I got by using the distributive property of vector product. A plus B cross is A cross C plus B cross C, or from A cross C plus B cross C, you can write A plus B cross C. This indicates that the two vectors are parallel. So I can write A plus B is parallel to vector C. A plus B is parallel to vector C. That means what? One is scalar times other, you can write. Vector C is equal to lambda times A plus B, you can write. Where lambda is some real number. Lambda is some real number. Okay? Using condition for cross product to be 0. Cross product is 0 means the vectors are parallel. If they are non-zero vectors, of course. A plus B is parallel to vector C because cross product of A plus B and C is 0. I can conclude that vector A plus vector B is parallel to vector C. Or I can write C as lambda times A plus B. If two vectors are parallel, I can write one as the scalar times other. So C is equal to lambda times A plus B. A plus B we can find out, no? Because vector A and vector B are given to us. Add the two vectors and write 2i plus 3i becomes 5i. This will be lambda times 2i plus 3i, that is 5i, minus j minus 5j becomes minus 6j, correct? 3k plus k becomes 4k, correct? 3i minus 6j plus 4k, correct, no? 3i plus 2i, 5i minus 6j plus 4k. I got vector C like this. Now, I'll use this equation. A plus C dot B plus C equal to 168. I want to find maximum value of magnitude of C square. Consider this equation. A plus C dot B plus C equal to 168. Now, consider the equation. A plus C dot B plus C equal to 168. Take the dot product and simplify that. A plus C dot B plus C is equal to 168. A plus C dot B plus C is equal to 168. What we get from this? A dot B. A dot B I can find out, correct? I'll write one step here, then I'll substitute. A dot B plus C dot B plus A dot C plus C dot C, which is magnitude of C square, which is equal to 168. A dot B is how much? Find dot product. 2 into 3, 6. Minus 5 into minus 1 plus 5. Correct? 6 plus 5, 11 plus 3, 14. A dot B is 14. Correct? Dot product we know how to find. Multiply coefficients of I cap plus multiply coefficients of j cap plus multiply coefficients of k cap. 2 into 3, 6. Minus 5 into minus 1 plus 5. 1 into 3, 3. 3 plus 5, 8 plus 6, 14. B dot C we don't know, correct? That you keep as it is. B dot C. Here what I'll do is I'll use the distributive property for dot product. I can write C dot B plus A dot C as C dot A plus B. C dot A plus B. okay, plus magnitude of c square. Magnitude of c we don't know, so I have to find out. So magnitude of c square, that will keep as it is equal to 168. I'll make use of equation 1 now. Vector c is what? Lambda times a plus b, no? So we can substitute here vector c as lambda times a plus b from this equation. So this will be 14, you can take that side. 168 minus 14 is 154. Vector c, you can write lambda into a plus b, correct? Vector c is lambda into a plus b. So this becomes lambda into a plus b dot a plus b. Lambda into a plus b dot a plus b plus magnitude of c square. Vector c is here. So magnitude of c square will be lambda square into a plus b square. Correct? Lambda square into a plus b square. A plus b already we know. Correct? A plus b dot a plus b is magnitude of a plus b square. Magnitude of c square is going to be equal to how much? Lambda square into magnitude of this how much? Magnitude of c square you can write from this as magnitude of c square is equal to lambda square, and magnitude of this vector is root of 25 plus 36 plus 16. 25 plus 36, 61 plus 16, 77. So that will be root 77 square, 77. That again substitute lambda square into 77 is equal to 168 minus 14 is 154. And a plus b dot a plus b is magnitude of a plus b square. Correct? Magnitude of a plus b already we know. Correct? Root 77. So this will be lambda into a plus b dot a plus b is magnitude of a plus b square. A plus b dot a plus b is magnitude of a plus b square plus 77 lambda square is equal to 154. Magnitude of a plus b already we know, root 77. So root 77 square will be 77. 77 lambda plus 77 lambda square minus 154 equal to 0. Clear? Because magnitude of a plus b is here. Correct? A plus b is here. Therefore, magnitude of a plus b is root 77. Magnitude of a plus b is nothing but magnitude of this vector, which is root 77. Okay, already done. Substitute. Can divide by 77. So what we get is lambda square plus lambda minus 2 equal to 0. We can factorize this. Lambda plus 2 into lambda minus 1. Correct? A into b is 0 means either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. This gives lambda equal to minus 2 or lambda equal to 1. Two possible values we got. So we asked to find maximum value of magnitude of c square. So magnitude of c square becomes maximum when you take lambda equal to minus 2. If you take lambda equal to 1, 1 square is 1, 1 into 77, 77. Lambda equal to minus 2 becomes minus 2 square 4. 4 into 77 is bigger than 1 into 77. For lambda equal to minus 2, magnitude of c square becomes minus 2 square 4. 4 into 77, which is how much? 77 into 2 is 154. 154 into, that is 308. 308 is there, correct? 308. And this is for case 1. Case 2, for lambda equal to 1. Magnitude of c square becomes equal to how much? 1 square is 1. 1 into 77, 77. Maximum is 308, correct? So answer is 308. Question answered on 29th of January, first shift, JEE Main 2025. Quite a simple question, but tricky. Not so easy question. Not so difficult question too. Okay, please make a note of this. Important step is this here. C dot B plus A dot C, C dot A plus B. And I wrote vector C as lambda times A plus B. Vector C substitute lambda times A plus B. A plus B dot A plus B is magnitude of A plus B square, because A dot A is magnitude of A square, right? Important step. So nicely written. Move on to the next one. I think this is the last question of 2025 January shift of vectors chapter. Totally we had 13 questions and this is the last question we have asked on 29th of January, second shift, JEE in 2025. A cap be a unit vector perpendicular to the vectors B and C. So we know vector perpendicular to both B and C is their cross product, B cross C. So A cap is B cross C by magnitude of B cross C. So A cap is making angle cos inverse minus 1 by 3 with the vector this. A cap makes an angle of pi by 3 with this vector. Find the value of alpha. Okay. So first A cap you write. A cap is unit vector perpendicular to both B and C. So A cap is B cross C by magnitude of B cross C. A cap we can write it as plus or minus. Okay. Plus or minus B cross C divided by magnitude of B cross C. B cross C by magnitude of B cross C. Find out B cross C now first. B cross C is equal to how much? You can find out on the side. B cross C is equal to determinant of I, J, K, components of vector B, 1, minus 2, 3. 1, minus 2, 3. Components of vector C, 2, 3, minus 1. Correct? 1, minus 2, 3. 2, 3, minus 1. Expand this. I cap into, leaving first column, first row. Minus into minus plus. 2, minus 9, minus 7. Minus J cap into minus 1, minus 6, minus 7. K cap into leaving third column first row. 3 into 1, 3. 3 plus 4, 7. Correct? B cross C we got. So magnitude of this will be how much? You can take 7 common here. 7 if you take common, minus I plus J plus K. Magnitude of this will be 7 into root 3. Magnitude of B cross A. Magnitude of 7 is 7. Magnitude of this vector is root of minus 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square, which is root 3. So I am getting A cap plus or minus. A cap is plus or minus 7 into minus I plus J plus K divided by 7 root 3. 7 cancels. So A cap is equal to, if you take positive sign, 7 cancels. It is 1 by root 3 into minus I plus J plus K. Correct? A cap is either 1 by root 3 into minus I plus J plus K, or A cap is equal to how much? Minus 1 by root 3. That minus you can multiply inside and write. 1 by root 3 into negative of this, correct? I minus J minus K becomes I minus J minus K. Either this or this. They told that this A cap is making an angle of cos inverse minus 1 by 3 with this vector I plus J plus K. So find angle between I plus J plus K and A cap. Which one is going to get cos inverse minus 1 by 3 to C? That A cap you take and it makes an angle of pi by 3 with this vector, so that you find the value of alpha. So much you should do. So angle between this vector and I plus J plus K you consider. So we'll find angle between which vector? I plus J plus K, I plus J plus K, and 1 by root 3 into minus I plus J plus K. Whether we are getting cos inverse 1 by 3. Angle between two vectors is given by the formula theta equal to cos inverse of A dot B by mod A mod B. Correct? So theta is equal to cos inverse of A dot B. Correct? Minus 1 by root 3 into 1. Minus 1 by root 3. Taking the dot product. Minus 1 by root 3. And 1 by root 3 into 1. 1 by root 3. Correct? 1 by root 3 into 1. 1 by root 3. Divided by magnitude of this vector is root 3. And magnitude of this vector is 1. Here this will cancel. Minus 1 by root 3 by root 3. It becomes cos inverse minus 1 by 3. It happens for this vector itself, taking the positive value. Whereas if you take this vector, you'll get cos inverse of, we'll see if you want. If you find angle between I plus j plus k and this vector, what are you going to get? Angle between I plus j plus k, I plus j plus k and 1 by root 3 into I minus j minus k is theta is equal to cos inverse of what I'm going to 1 by root 3 into 1 by root 3 minus 1 by root 3 into 1 minus 1 by root 3 minus 1 by root 3 into 1 minus 1 by root 3, correct? 1 by root 3 minus 1 by root 3 minus 1 root. Magnitude of this is root 3 and magnitude of this is 1. So here this will cancel. I'll get minus 1 by root 3 itself. Oh, any mistake I did? Oh, here I'm getting 1 by 3. No, sorry. Here I made a mistake. Here I'm getting plus 1 by root 3. Because minus into minus will become minus 1 by root 3 plus 1 by root 3 cancels. Here I am getting cos inverse 1 by 3. This will cancel. This will remain 1 by root 3 by 3. 1 by root 3 by root 3. 1 by 3. So this is rejected. Correct? This is accepted. Here I am getting cos inverse minus 1 by root 3 by root 3. So I am getting cos inverse minus 1 by 3 for this. For this I am getting angle between A cap and I plus j plus k is cos inverse minus 1 by 3 for this vector. For this vector, not for this vector. A cap is plus or minus. We got two possibilities. A cap is a unit vector perpendicular to both B and C, correct? So B cross C by magnitude of B cross C, I put plus or minus. One is coming outwards and one is going inwards, perpendicular to the plane containing B and C. So if you take positive value, I am getting like this. And if you take negative value, I am getting like this. Now you find angle between this vector and I plus j plus k. I am getting cos inverse 1 by 3. They told angle between A cap and I plus j plus k is cos inverse minus 1 by 3, which is possible for this vector, not for this vector. So this is rejected. This is rejected. This is accepted. So this vector is required. So what is my A cap? A cap is not this. A cap is not this. A cap has to be this. Therefore, I can conclude that A cap is equal to 1 by root 3 into I minus j minus k. A cap is 1 by root 3 into I cap minus j cap minus k cap. Now, after getting A cap, this A cap makes an angle pi by 3 with this vector so that you find the value of alpha. So, angle between A cap and this vector is pi by 3. So, cos pi by 3 can start. Cos pi by 3 is equal to, cos theta is equal to A dot B. Take the dot product of this 1 by root 3 into 1 by root 3. Correct? Minus 1 by root 3 into alpha, minus alpha by root 3. Minus 1 by root 3 into 1, minus 1 by root 3. Divided by magnitude of this. Magnitude of this how much? Root of 1 plus alpha square plus 1. Root of 2 plus alpha square again. Root of 2 plus alpha square. And magnitude of this is 1 because it is unit vector. Cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2, correct? So I'll get 1 by 2 is equal to, here plus 1 by root 3 minus 1 by root 3 cancels. Minus alpha by root 3, that comes to denominator, correct? Root 3 into root of 2 plus alpha square. Cross multiply, do squaring on both sides and simplify, I'll get the answer. If you cross multiply this, root 3 into root of 2 plus alpha square, bring it to this side and cross multiply. Root 3 square is 3. Root of 2 plus alpha square is 2 plus alpha square. 2 alpha minus 2 alpha square, 4 alpha square. Correct? Open the bracket. 3 into 2, 6. 6 plus 3 alpha square equal to 4 alpha square. I'll write here. Therefore, what I'm getting is 3 into 2, 6 plus 3 alpha square equal to 4 alpha square. So, what do you get? 6 is equal to 4 alpha square minus 3 alpha square is alpha square. So, alpha equal to plus or minus root 6. Which value satisfies? If you cross multiply here, correct, what I'm getting, otherwise before cross multiplying only, I can tell that if you put alpha equal to minus root 6, if you put alpha equal to minus root 6, it satisfies. Root 6 will not satisfy because here 1 by 2 is positive. If you put alpha is root 6, right hand side becomes negative. But left hand side is positive. So alpha equal to minus root 6 is going to satisfy this equation. This equation is satisfied for alpha equal to minus root 6, not plus root 6. If you put alpha as plus root 6, right hand side is negative, left hand side is positive, correct? If you take alpha equal to minus root 6, minus of minus root 6 plus root 6, right hand side is positive, left hand side is positive, possible for alpha equal to minus root 6. Answer is option C. Note that alpha equal to minus root 6 is going to satisfy the equation. Alpha equal to minus root 6 satisfies this equation. Question answer on 29th of January, second shift, JEE in 2025. With this, all the 13 questions of January shift 2025 of vector algebra is completely solved along with a detailed explanation, along with concepts, along with the techniques and tricks. Everything has been explained, correct? This was question number 12. We did in detail. Question number 11. I'm showing you all the questions once again. With figure also we have drawn. Question number 10. This was also a new beautiful result is given here. Every non-zero vector can be expressed as sum of two vectors a1 and plus a2, which is a1 is parallel to b, a2 is perpendicular to b. All those things you must know. And this is question number 9, question number 8, question number 7, question number 6, correct, on vector triple product, question number 5 on section formula and dot and cross product. Question number 4 was very beautiful. Some question on tetrahedron we had. Volume of tetrahedron is 1 by 3 into base area into height. Please go through it again. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can give a comment in the comment section. You can give the information. Okay. This is question number 2 and question number 1. And this was a weightage. Totally we had 13 questions altogether completely solved of 2025 January shift vector algebra. Many more videos will be uploaded in the coming days. Okay, I'll be doing the synopsis part also for KCT separately and for JEE also separately. For new viewers, what I'm telling you is I started uploading videos of KCT also from 1984 to 2025 of differentiation and application of derivatives done. Many more videos will be uploaded connected to KCT, NCERT exemplar book, and also PYQs of JEE exams from 2019 to 2025. Also, synopsis for JEE will be done complete separately. Okay, so all the PYQs from 2019 to 2025 will be completed before the December. Okay, so January shift, those are preparing for January shift, please make use of this. It's absolutely free for all of you. And more benefit is that synopsis part also I'm going to do for each and every chapter. For JEE separately I'm going to do, and for CET also I'll do separately. Please subscribe to my channel, forward to your friends. With this I conclude. Thank you.